All that water go fill me up. Boy, don't give me every drop. I want all of your coconuts. Give me some of that coconut. Me some of that water go fill me up. Boy, don't give me every drop. I want all of your coconuts. I never write your name when I saw you, baby. Na 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 na. My paper is boring and I hear you calling my name. My name. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Coconut water, they good for your data. 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 I love the curve of your face when you touch me, baby. Na 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 na. All that I used to be becomes you and me now. Na 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 na. My paper is boring and I hear you calling my name. My name. Na 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 na. Coconut water, they good for your data. 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 Coconut water, they good for your data.
Caught in all my lies. Sometimes I just wanna cry about it. In the room with the lights off, drowning in my sadness, thinking and regretting. All I ever really asked for is honesty. For you to be just real with me. But I didn't want you to see I am guilty. Cause you couldn't please me. I am guilty. Why did I just leave? Maybe I was fine with being one place at a time. I just wanted you to know how I really feel about it. I don't wanna hurt you. I don't wanna lose you either. Look around. Soul ties, stick ties, head in a lock with my lies. Though I leave sunrise, you all have fun times. Wasting your time, no I've been lying. It is what it has to be. I am guilty. Cause you couldn't please me. I am guilty. Why did I just leave? Caught in all my lies. Sometimes I just wanna cry about it. In the room with the lights off, drowning in my sadness, thinking and regretting. All I ever really asked for is honesty. For you to be just real with me. But I didn't want you to see I am guilty. Cause you couldn't please me.
replace and it never comes second to none. Watch your road where you're walking and go like fi run. It's way easier said than done. From you wake up in the morning is a slippery tide. Trouble day up on your mind so you swiftly blood. Paralyzed from all the lies, now you have to simply sad. Can't afford to make an error through your distillate. Can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. I know you say you start to regret it, but what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it? Your weapon and you take him ghost. Looking right up on the corner and you start to boast. How you circle the men's and them like you thought. Now you look over your shoulder and you can't repose. Trouble there up on the mic and now him keep my post. Can't afford to lose your life, now I have to lose your soul. Me not live another minute through your distant code. All of a sudden you're not bad clip reload. Can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. And now you say you start to regret it, but what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it? Now wait for no one can replace and it never comes second to none. Watch your road where you're walking and go like fi run. It's way easier said than done. From you wake up in the morning is a slippery tide. Trouble day up on your mind so you swiftly blood. Paralyzed from all the lies, now you have to simply sad. Can't afford to make an error through your distillate. You can't forget it. Dreams make you wake up early. I know you say you start to regret it, but what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it?
This is the champion DJ Bravo alongside Ariel Alexa. Everybody want to know.
You put the light in my eyes. You always brighten my smile. I never knew a love like this, love like this. I never thought it'd be so rich, be so rich. I'll never ever leave your side. You'll always be my joy and pride. And anytime I'm feeling low, you pull me out that hole. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. Said I love you, baby. Yeah, I love you, baby. Even though you drive me crazy, still I love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
You have the energy, you bring it so nice. Now me just want you in my life. Don't the player thing, make you my wife. Run the world with you by my side. Girl, you a star, give anything you want. Big nice house and a pretty car. Hop on a plane and fly all over.
When me and you alone,
It's all over.
that's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
And I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
I love you, love you, love you, love you.
Said I love you, baby. Yeah, I love you, baby. Even though you drive me crazy, still I love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
A girl like you wasn't me need in my life. Tell me thinking you should be my wife. So me fed up on the player life. So me fed up on the player life. From the time me see you, so me know you're the one. Coming on me life, all my troubles them done. No other girl get my attention.
With me and I alive.
Me a real champion.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, Ariel.
Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? I know I may be alive. I get it. I'm something now. Need attention 24/7. Not to mention I get jealous. I know you deal with that like a house. No one can deal with that like a house. Running like a retro love. Burn it down the same bar now. Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? We need a conduit, 'cause this love is too damn electric. I never expected this.
By the way,
Did you check your messages?
hold up. What the
I listen you to everything. Yeah, you used to love me like you said. Did you check your messages?
I've been texting all day.
I know you deal with that like a house. No one can deal with that like a house. Running like a retro love. Burn it down the same bar now. Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? I know I may be alive. I get it. I'm something now. Need attention 24/7. Not to mention I get jealous. Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this? Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher than this?
Chasing you through lifetimes. Traveling light years away. Our moons are alive. Time stops every time you smile. Your love is like a tidal wave every time we collide. Take me away. Boom, just like that. You're Brooklyn on them. Just like that,
Hey, Choppy.
I didn't see you coming. What is this kind of love? Yeah, frequencies buzzing. Now I hook on your love. Yeah, maybe you're from another planet, or maybe I was designed for you. If she jump, then I jump. Wherever she go, I go in. Ain't no mountain too high. Any river I cross it. If she say left, then it's left. There ain't no second guessing. When she wrong, she's still right. She just want my attention. Anywhere I go, I find myself back to you, yeah. Love it when you in charge, darling, you lead the way, yeah. Break up just to make up, you know that type of shit, yeah. Hold your kisses, ransom till you have it your way, yeah. I never had it like you, boo. Wet till the splash it too good. Bad man in them feels it's too soon. Get this kind of love in a blue moon. So if you step into the left, then I step into the left. If you take 2 steps to the right, baby, I your already there. Come and hold me little closer, like you don't want me go nowhere. Spin around till we fall over. They say you dizzy me. I can see you coming. What is this kind of love? Yeah, frequencies buzzing. Now why you gone your love? Yeah, maybe you're from another planet, or maybe I was designed for you. If she jump, then I jump. Wherever she go, I go in. Ain't no mountain too high, any river I cross it. If she say left, then it's left. There ain't no second guessing. When she wrong, she still right. She just want my attention. So if you step into the left, then I step into the left. If you take 2 steps to the right, baby, I already there. Come and hold me little closer, like you don't want me go nowhere. Spin around till we fall over. They say you dizzy me. Wherever she go, I go. Any river I cross it. There ain't no second guessing. She just want my attention.
Hey, you okay?
Pictures looking at me too, wearing all your shoes, tripping, staring at the moon. Why you had to leave so soon? When they took you away, the pain it stayed more than 1,000 days. Never walked away, and the feeling you gave me remains. Lift me up, you stay. Never walked away. Angels from above looking down, up from above. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. Pictures looking at me too, wearing all your shoes, tripping, staring at the moon. Why you had to leave so soon? All the times that we shared, memories coming back again. Can't forget what we had, all the good and the bad. And I'm feeling so scared. Truth is that you're not here. Wish I could see you again. Just say when and where. Angels from above looking down, up from above. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. Pictures looking at me too. I remember you, wearing all your shoes. I remember you, tripping, staring at the moon. I remember you, why you had to leave so soon. I remember you, angels from above looking down, up from above. I remember you, take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. I remember you.
Mars and you're invited. If not, I'll see you later. The story's never over, keep writing. Now I gotta mix it all up in one go. Tell them problems I'm having that I'm good. Ain't nobody holding grudges, now we good. Love is lovely, it's all good in the hood. So I'm just like, whoa, straight up, baby. There ain't no way I'm gonna fight this feeling. So I'm just like, whoa, straight up, baby. There ain't no way I'm gonna fight this feeling. Now let me see ya. Na 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 na. Let me see ya. Na 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 na. Let me see ya. Na 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 na. Let me see ya. Na 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 na. You need to wake up. All the love inside your heart that you've been hiding. Nothing could break us. We only grow stronger united. Now I gotta mix it all up in one go. Tell them problems I'm having that I'm good. Ain't nobody holding grudges, now we good. Love is lovely, it's all good in the hood. So I'm just like, whoa, straight up, baby. There ain't no way I'm gonna fight this feeling. So I'm just like, whoa, straight up, baby. There ain't no way I'm gonna fight this feeling. There ain't no way I'm gonna fight this feeling. There ain't no way I'm gonna fight this feeling. Now let me see ya. Na 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 na. Let me see ya. Na 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 na. Let me see ya. Na 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 na. Let me see ya. Na 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 na.
Yo, Brooklyn on them.
For them alone. Some say the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Baby girl, because of that I will be fucking with you. Anyone that violate, I will be hitting them too. And I really got to show how much I in love with you, yeah. Let's talk about the body. I can't forget your pussy grip me like glue. Black woman, I really cannot see my life without you. And I want you right beside me like a soldier too. Rip you, give me a love, baby. Oh, you are bones for my cocky and do it so easy. Rip you, give me a love, baby. And I want this baby life with you. I don't wanna slow down. Baby, I wanna get married on. I don't want to go another round. You are my soulmate and that's what it's really all about. She said the way you fuck me dog is really sweet. She want me live on the side of she. She wanna bring for a picnic. Ain't no one about to get my cocky out. The way you quit the baby, give me cocky on my side. I demand to come and take up all your job. And do it so easy. Rip you, give me a love, baby. And I want this baby life with you. I'll get on, kiss it on, touch it. I'll want you young, back them off and give a love it. I'll get on, kiss it on, touch it. I'll want you young. her loving. I'll get on, kiss it on, touch it. Rock em off and give her loving. I'll get on, kiss it on, touch it. I'll want it on, rock em off and give her loving. For years. Why? Ooh. Why? Ooh. I need my money in cash now. I've no time for no fake energy. If you not see me this year, watch no face, I and life and longevity, my G. I body pesos and the greens. I have no time for enemy. Don't trouble me no trouble ya. If you walk at this flight, then come take a seat, yeah. Too much real ones dropping down now. I can't see my left hand from my right. Time for me to make a change, cause if I don't do this shit now, when I gon' try, ain't got too much time on my hand to be envying you and then trying to leave. Cause if I don't get to this bag, I might lose ya, cause I can't take ya. We fighting, we striving, yeah, yeah. Oh Lord, we coming up, enough, yeah. Rest each house, how I living. Rest each house, how I living. Well, now take it back to the old days when we used to cook up in the kitchen. Talking up on the desk and off a hell I beat me saying that. You say cause yeah, you are gonna make it. Don't be like them, don't be them and fake it. One time we used to dream of luck and grandy, but we rather feed the poor and the family. Now you done turn your dreams to reality. But your life turn wrong. Well, let me know it's like these times tough and night times rough. It puncture my heart when them tell me you're gone. No one could ever replace you, my blood. You was more like my mother than my kind of things wouldn't be the same. But I thank for the same way, for the way you impact with us. But I ain't not gonna lie, this one gonna be hard. We fighting, we striving, yeah, yeah. Oh Lord, we coming up, yeah. Rest each house, how I living. Rest each house, how I living.
I don't ever thief and I don't ever lie.
Rock out, wine to the ground. Can nobody move that way? Push past when the music play. I wine to the ground, wine to the the ground. Rock out, wine to the ground. Come follow me, wine on your body. Go down, go down. She said, come follow me, wine on your body. Go down, go down. Nobody come, no waste no time. See what you like, work it from behind. Grab on a waist for me, so wine for me. Now waste any second on a groove for me. Get busy when a body walk by. So fine, make it say, oh my. Eyes up on it, better work for it, chase it. Go, gal, take it to the body waist. Yeah, I know you long time. Rich when you feel like
now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever we celebrate, wherever we celebrate, whenever celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever we celebrate, wherever we celebrate, whenever celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate, celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
Come on and hold on to the waist. I wine to the ground, wine to the ground. Rock out, wine to the ground. Can nobody move that way? Push back when the music play. I wine to the ground, wine to the ground. Rock out, wine to the ground. Come follow me, wine on your body. Go down, go down. She said, come follow me, wine on your body. Go down, go down. Nobody gonna waste no time.
We absolutely live now. You serious? All right. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Today's Friday for sure. That's our Friday, man. Anything goes.
I was just but that's a segment. You forget Anything goes Friday, boy. All right, guys. Welcome to Island Girl Talk. We're your hosts. I'm Krystal, Khayne.
Trinidad, Shawna.
Neicy. And guys, you know what? Before we start, we just be real. We want to apologize for the late start, right? We have a new tech guy just for today. As you guys know, we had our show scheduled for Wednesday, but because of the heavy rains and all of that, we were forced to postpone it.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have a makeup show for you guys today because we didn't want to have to push back our guests for our other shows coming up. All right. So our tech guy couldn't make it today. So we have someone new. Big up Ivan Navy in the house. Big up Ivan Navy.
On the job training.
Right. You guys
and you're still in the background helping.
Yeah.
You know? So big up you
remotely. So you guys would know Navy from True Talk No Lie, one of the other programs right here on O.U.R radio. Right? So yeah. So we were just getting some stuff sorted for y'all. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed the music that was playing in the meantime. Right? And with that,
we commence.
Yeah, boy, we commence. Ladies, greetings and salutations. How is your week going? So how was your week, I should say?
For real.
How was your week? Because the week gone.
Good.
Just good. Just good.
Short and sweet.
That
Good.
rain, boy. That rain cramped my style, boy.
I like the being home part of like yo, I can't come rain.
I mean, I love arena. I would prefer that kind of weather.
Like that people had to deal with flooding.
I feel bad.
That part was terrible.
Especially I saw a young man who lost his vehicle and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah. These
like
cars were
extremely
floating.
unfortunate.
Like my happiness for rainy weather is usually, overridden by the what it causes, because most people is like, oh gosh, I'm gonna lose some stuff.
Yeah. The flood was ridiculous.
Too ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
We want to big up everyone in the chat room waiting patiently. Thank you so very much, right? And of course, guys, today we have a kind of topic today in our voice. If you feel like calling in, please 466-4687, right? 466 for O.U.R. You know how we do it, right? And remember to broadcast this show's link, please, guys. Just copy and paste it to your social media and share it. The more the merrier. You know how we like to talk to everyone. We want to see some new people too. We love all you, but bring all your friends. Right? And of course, don't forget, for those of you who want to promote your music on our program, as well as O.U.R. Radio in general and all the programs, we have an email address for y'all. It is music@OURradio.fm. Submit your music to us at music@OURradio.fm. All right, guys? Yeah. Right, we get into it.
Let's get into
we just
it.
good. Nobody had no
into it.
stories to give us. We just want to start.
She said,
But they saying anything there?
Shawna doesn't think we start late, She ready to just
I
get
feel them
into
saying
it.
things since 12.
Let me see. Just a few in the chat room. We have Sheely's in the house. Hi, Sheely. She says, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, girl.
Yes, she says, happy Friday.
Yes.
Happy
Out and
Friday. Then we have Giselle McGlaw. She is new, but Giselle is a friend of mine.
Okay.
She's
Very
a
nice.
well-known yoga instructor.
Nice.
She's bring the zen. She's the bomb diggity.
Okay.
She's sending flowers to us. Thank you so much. We have Acacia Duvertile in the house. That's my day one.
I like that name.
Yo,
I like that
what's
name.
going on a
Bona
Friday,
fide
boy?
boy.
I like that name.
She's like morning, darling.
Morning, neighbor.
We have Joash Alexander in the
Hey,
house.
Joash.
Joash, big up you. We had a call back, Joash. Joash, we owe you a call, boy. We call you just. Oh my gosh. We have Shilly's in the house again saying, hi, Cassie. And of course, Cassie is saying, Dana days. I didn't know they know each other.
Inside conversation.
That's small enough.
She says, hello, beautiful. And hi, Giselle. And of course, they're talking to each other, blowing kisses. Then we
I'm
have
jealous.
Then we have Dominic Hansraj in the house saying, he said, I had an emotional trauma on Wednesday when I realized Island Girl Talk wasn't on.
Listen, good there.
Our fans have an NP franchise somewhere because he mounted a gas.
My word. Lyrics. Well, thank you. It was traumatic for us too. Every time, this is the second time we had to postpone Island Girl Talk due to rain and
potential tropical stuff.
Storms. The first one was the storm that never was, but this storm,
this one
didn't disappoint us.
This one.
Unfortunately.
So yeah. Well, thank you, Dominic. Happy to see you here. Then we have Casey and Nancy again with the web. Casey, are you ever gonna talk to us and say something besides sending us those webs? We don't know what that means, though. He sends an icon with a spider web. For last name Nancy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nancy the spider.
I catch it. The characters.
Then we have Matthew Rodriguez saying, "Is this heaven?" With the lovely eyes. Well,
Lyrics
Matthew,
is in the comments.
come with the one-liners now. We don't mind it. We have Jared Gomez in the house saying, hello, everyone. Hi, Jared. Then we have Dennis Allen in the house. Tay. And he says, is Giselle related to NBA player Jamal McGlaw? I don't know. I don't understand that.
Stop being Trinidad. Try everybody, somebody, cousin or sister, whatever.
Well,
what's your share surname in Trinidad? You're related.
Giselle, if you're watching on, please answer Dennis T. With that's it for the comments so far. And guys, we're running out of time already, so we're gonna commence today's topic. Let me get it here for you all. Like we said, it's a sensitive one, right? It's a sensitive one, and we want you all to participate, take part, and share with us your own experiences.
Yeah.
You know, feel free to call us as well if you don't want anyone seeing your names in the chat rooms, because we respect people's privacy as well.
Definitely.
But the topic of the day is dealing with emotional trauma and how to heal.
Right.
Right. So we're gonna talk about emotional trauma, I should say, dealing with emotional trauma, not trauma in general, because we have different types of trauma. We have physical trauma in addition to emotional and psychological trauma, right?
Yeah.
Today we're just dealing with emotional and psychological trauma and how to deal with it. And of course, we've all been there. We've been through some type of experience, a situation that might have left us traumatized, left us like shell shocked. You know what I mean? In some kind of way. Have a lot of people walking around today with PTSD.
Yes.
Sometimes when you walk in a room and you make somebody jump and they jump so much and you have to wonder what happened in your life that startled you that now you're on edge. That's happened to me too. You know what I mean? A lot of us go through stuff, and usually the trauma comes from the memory of said event, the replaying of the memory in our minds and stuff, and how it makes us feel. A lot of us remember something, and every time it enters our mind, it's like we go through the same situation
over and over
again.
Or something might happen that triggers, like, takes you there, because it might even be the same situation, but it has a close resemblance, and that trigger could just
and
put you back in that
and
state.
then sometimes it's not you experiencing. There are times where you would experience the feelings and you would experience the emotions because something has happened to you, but trauma is also related to you witnessing things. So sometimes you might see this from your parents, or you'd see it from happening externally, but you are experiencing the trauma.
Very true, very true. And so, I mean, like, just to add to what Shawna says, so these memories, these traumatic memories and experiences can make us feel either good or bad, depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just pause for a cause for Ivan here.
Ivan with the behind the scenes.
He's doing the stories behind the scenes for us, yo. We vain. We have a love her. Right?
She's a whole celebrity.
A whole celebrity. Right? So, these memories of either good, bad, and different experiences, but usually trauma stems from bad experiences, and it tends to leave us, just traumatized. You know what I mean?
And funny enough, I've read something in the past that sometimes our body goes into defense mode, and we do not. There are times where we can recall a trauma. We can remember what occurred, but sometimes our body goes into the defense mechanism where we forget the trauma.
Block it out.
And later on in life, we are reacting and we have no idea where these actions or reactions coming from.
It's like a survival thing with your brain. Like if it realize like this is something triggering you, it goes into this way to protect you. So sometimes that's not just erasing the entire memory, but changing the memory, like you're remembering something that didn't exist because your mind giving you a different version of it.
I find myself thinking so long about stuff like you want to remember, because you have to go into your true self to fix and correct things, and I find I have a hard time remembering something sometimes.
Sometimes, to add what Neicy says, your body, your mind may not remember or register it, but your body stores it as stress too. And then later, 10 years later, your body reacting finally to that trauma that happened, and you just don't know. You understand? That's how stress works. I'm like remember that story I gave you with the bully in school? And I to this day, if my father didn't remind me of that, I wouldn't remember. I just remember being cornered on the staircase. And then I remembered my dad being in the principal's office.
You don't know what happened between there.
I don't remember the fight for the life of me, but my father said, "A bitchy boy." My father said, "A bitchy boy."
I was a pom-pom girl and I went, "Go, Chris."
We do not condone violence on Island Girl Talk.
I was only 13 years old at the time, 1-3, right?
Because Shawna entered with pom-poms.
Yes, because we don't condone police either. And if the police get licks, pom-poms.
Give me yourself. Self. Give me defense. Fence. Self. Defense. Go. Self-defense. Guys, I was 13 years old and there was a bully. She cornered me with 2 of her friends and I just blacked out, and apparently I beat the girl to a pulp, and she was big. All you remember, I told you she was Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars.
I had to go and Google.
That girl was frightening, boy. And when you look at Germany, you're from Star Wars, your mind blown. And I'm being mean. That's how I thought she looked when I was that age. Right. You know? Yeah. All right, guys. So let's give the people some info. So what is trauma exactly? What is the definition of trauma? Yeah. Just so that we're clear to everyone. I'm going to read it, all right? Okay. So the definition is trauma is defined as a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. Those traumatic experiences in our lives are unchangeable and they may affect us or keep affecting us in the future. Yeah. That's basically what it is, right? And sometimes, I mean, we can't, obviously we can't undo the past, but there are always ways that we can overcome, ways to heal, ways to just cancel it out in a sense, and that's what we're gonna get to later on in the conversation. But first off, I want to know, guys, have any of you ever had any traumatic experience or experiences that you think is still affecting you all today? Talk
Definitely.
to us.
I had a number, and sometimes some things are so trivial to one person and it's so intense or deeply felt by somebody else, you know, because I hear friends speak to me about specific traumas or certain things that would bother them in their lives, and I'm like, oh God, but I'm minor, you know, because I'm probably more capable of dealing with something like that, whereas my issue might be minor to my friend. But anyway, so I'll just give you one story quickly. I had a friend of mine, really close friend, like somebody who was my best friend, ride or die, rolling everywhere. And one day, I think my mom took out a significant amount of money from the bank and she put it in her top drawer because she probably had, I think she had some debt to clear. So she had the lump sum to clear the debt, right? The debt. And I remember that particular day, lying at home with this close friend of mine, and another friend visited a male friend. You know, it's big lime. We went down to town. You know, young people liming and thing. After that, I had rehearsals. When I came home, let me tell you this part quickly. When I came home now with this friend, she rushed ahead of me because she needed to use the bathroom, right? I gave her the key. I was tired. I didn't want to walk so fast. And she came inside and ran back outside and said, your door was open. So I said, what do you mean my door was open? She was like, I came home and the door was open. So I was like, okay. Come on. You know me, I feel as a gangster. I pick a big stick and think, go in my house.
Trinidad.
Show your face. Real bad man thing. Nobody in my house. At the time my grandmother sent a barrel. The barrel is intact. Cell phones, everything there, nothing. I said, you joking or what? Anyway, fast forward, going to dance. My mother calls me upset. Where's the money? All the money is gone. So I said, what do you mean all the money is gone? Then I go to tell her the story. You know, my friend really did tell me the door was open. My mother wants a trip. Now, obviously, she's telling me it boiled down to that it is this person, right? Police got involved. Police is trying to tell me everybody's ganging up on me and trying to convince me that it's this person. But this person is so dear to me that I know this person has been in my house all the time. This person have my back. This person go all out for me in ways that nobody went all out for me. This is such a close friend of mine. Even my dad used to consider this friend like a next sibling. That I was like, Mommy's not my mother. For the first time in my life, snatched my neck and hit me against the wall, and she was like, think. And the police is like, listen, it is your friend. Your friend know that you would have given the keys. So I don't know what occurred like in that moment where there was a level of distrust, like me recognizing, if the closest, one of my closest friends could betray me and set up a scene to make it seem like they steal money, then I cannot trust
nobody.
Anybody. And guys, I am being
found the money
honest with you. No.
Okay.
And my friend denied it. My dad said, if you come clean, we'll forgive you. We'll welcome you in the house. My friend went down, dying. No, I didn't touch that. Whatever. Right? We took it to her mom, and her mom said they had issues with her in the past, with whom they as well. So that's why, you know, we kind of put 2 and 2 together. The police put 2 and 2. Everybody put 2 and 2 together except Shawna. So the point that I had friends coming over in the future, and I would not take an eye off of them. I would not let people in my room. And guys, I'm being honest, I have not healed from this as yet, because still to this day, I would be in my bedroom and I would not be able to find one of my favorite sandals or brush that I clearly lost, right? And the first thing is, who had in my house?
Who take it?
Who I had in my house? And I ran through all my friends that was in my house. This one was in my bedroom. I wonder if this person take it. And up to this day, I always, like, the first thing is who steal it. And it affected me so much. Like, guys, the trust, I mean, not romantically trust-wise, but like cheating and stuff, but just trusting of people on the whole, I'm so
especially
so
somebody you
skeptical.
consider like a sibling.
Listen,
and,
the person and I was so close, and this affected me so much now to the point that, like, the fact that I don't even want to be thought of as a thief. So let me give you an example. I would walk into one of my friends' bedrooms and see, like, you know, young people and people that show money on their dressing table and whatever, and I would walk out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
Just so in the event that
something goes missing, they can't say Shawna was in the room.
It will never be me, right? Because I don't
I
anywhere
don't know
close
why
to the
that
bedroom.
sounds familiar, because I've been in places where like everybody bag and the bag's open.
Shawna
I would exit, like if nobody in the room, I would leave as well, because if something is to go missing, you can't
not
say
me.
yeah.
Girl,
Wow.
and it is that severe that I just don't trust anybody. And it sounds simple explaining it, but when I feel the emotions of the distrust, it's real sad.
I hear it in your voice.
No, like, listen, girl, I get emotional talking about it, because at that time that was one of my closest friends, and I know up to this day I'm still affected by it.
You gonna cry?
Nah, don't do me that. Oh gosh. Chris like to say, listen,
Chris like to pimp out our tears. She like to pimp out our tears. Tears is money. Cry, Neicy, cry.
No. Cry nothing. Gangsters don't cry.
That girl will betray you, no sure.
Yeah, nah. Listen.
What age were you though?
She is rubbing my hand.
No, what age were you? Because I know sometimes when these things happen in the like earlier, it is shape how you view the world.
I am emotional right now, and Chris is rubbing my hand to push the
to get your tears. To get your tears.
You were so young. She was so young.
You still doing that?
You go ahead. I'm waiting for your story. Yeah, I'm waiting.
I see in the tears right there. No?
Oh my god.
Nah, but I honestly telling you all, I really telling the story. I actually feeling it.
Yeah. That is ridiculous.
At that point in my life, like a best friend, like you, I have no idea how much I consider my friend. You know.
So what's the state of all your situation now? Civil what?
Yes, and the person never came clean. So up to this day, they would. Yeah. Wow. But just having got around and knowing that was somebody I was cool with, I eventually opened up and I forgave them. And we would have occasional conversations and we would meet up. I met up with the person. My mother's like, don't ever bring that person in my house again.
Mommy still told it.
But eventually everybody sort of
Mommy have a right to
time pass and things get better. So if I don't have a close relationship with the person, but I do have a relationship.
Damn, girl. Wow. Guys, if you're just joining us today, we're talking about trauma, the effects of trauma. Let me give it to you. Dealing with emotional trauma and how to heal. Yeah. Right? If you're just joining us, and we're giving you all some, examples of our experiences having to deal with something traumatic happening to us that still affects us to this day. And girl, Shawna, somebody, I don't like that, I will give somebody the world. I have given people my last in the past in terms of money. Yeah. But you see, if you come and take $1 from me, that's it, boy.
Especially when you could have asked or something.
You can ask and you can get anything from me. My heart's soft. I tough, but my heart's soft. But let me tell you something. Yeah. You steal from me, and that is it. I think stealing is one of the most disgusting things that someone can do to a loved one. Yeah. Don't steal. I don't care how insignificant it is. I don't care if it's this pear right here. Right? You want it? Tell me you want it. I will give it to you. Yeah. Or we will share it. But don't steal it from me. Yeah. You did? What about you?
I feel you. Same thing.
Yeah.
Stealing and lying. Like, every time, they say a liar is a thief and a thief is a murderer. Like, the whole thing. Don't lie to me. If you're dishonest to me, that's the first way to get in my hatred books. I know hate is not a good word, but that's just what it is. Indeed. I don't take those things lightly at all. Come real. Be real. Yeah. It is what it is. You feel how you feel. Cool. But don't lie.
Neicy, what about you?
Mine, I would have to kind of talk in general, because it's still not something that I'm comfortable being specific about.
Right.
But my trauma came from a place of like sexual abuse. And what I would say on the situation, it happens with like a close family member, but that to me wasn't exactly the trauma that I took away from it.
Right.
Was me speaking out, because they say speak out.
Yeah.
And not being believed.
Wow.
You understand? And to what I noticed with myself years later from that experience, Because even after the fact, like years later when they realized, wait, she was telling the truth, it still became something that just wasn't spoken about.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't spoken about. And I noticed in myself, like, I would, like, in conversations, no matter what it is, I fight to be heard.
Right.
So I would go around the mountain and explain and bring receipts and bring, like, we could be talking about, okay, the sky blue. And I need to prove to you the sky blue. I would like literally become a scientist to have all my facts lined up just so that you can tell me the sky not blue.
Yeah.
You understand? So taking that out of my childhood, like, kind of getting emotional, but
I don't
that
I don't want to cry this. Not with this one.
Yeah, that kind of comes with my whole talkative nature at times, like especially if I have a point to prove, like talking to express myself. I feel like I need to be heard.
Yeah.
I need to be heard. I need to be understood. And if it's something that is my truth, I need it to be believed.
Yeah.
You understand? So.
Ooh.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Wow, people, we're getting real today. We want to ask you all if you all have experienced anything in your own lives that leaves you feeling, still reeling from trauma, feel traumatic about it. Feel free to share with us. Call in if you don't want to say something in the chat room, because the chat room, your name shows. But feel free to give us a call or text us or send a WhatsApp to 466 O.U.R or 466-4687. We'd love to hear from you guys and hear about your experience and that kind of thing. I can understand what that feels like, though I have not had that experience with similar to yours, Neicy. I've not had that exact experience at all, but I know what it's like to feel like your voice is not being heard. Especially if you have like, let's say you want to do something. A lot of parents do this too, because they think they know what's best for you and stuff, are veering off a little bit. But sometimes like I can remember times wanting to do something or with regards to my education or something, but then your parent thinks that they know what's best for you, so they don't always take into consideration what you need at a certain point in time. For example, I needed to take a break after CXC. I wanted to take, this is not the story I was going to tell, but I wanted to take a break after CXC because I didn't have the best secondary school experience and I needed a break, and I was going to do I wanted to do an internship that I was getting at one of the banks through the youth leaders program, and one of my parents didn't want me to do it. They wanted me to stay and do A-levels one time, and I was like, I just need a mental break, and the money that I'll be getting from this I could pay. And remember elders? You remember elders and stuff? I could have do my ACE there and then go UE or something. I had a plan. I was always a girl with a plan, but didn't listen, boy, and I retaliated those last 2 years. I wouldn't dwell on it, but it was just to tell you that I know what it's like. Like, you had to listen to your children. You had to no matter what they're telling you, your child comes and tells you, hey, auntie, uncle, whoever did something inappropriate, that's not something you dismiss. Because where did the child get it from? If she young, where she learn it from? She wasn't born knowledgeable about sex. So clearly somebody did something and went wrong somewhere. It's your responsibility as a parent to protect your child. So I know my story pales in comparison, but at the core I understand what it's like to not feel like you're being heard. All right. We move on. We have one more for you because we have plenty here, y'all, but we just
one or two.
I've had two major traumatic experiences in my life, but I'm gonna share one because it's still real pertinent today. The other one I kind of made peace with it, right? But about 15 or 16 years ago, I had just moved back home from Canada. I was in Canada by my mom, and I came back home. I wanted to come back home. And I live alone, right? In my dad's house, I live alone. And it's very easy where I live to tell whether someone is at home or not. You see either my dad's car parked outside or whatever. So you know these bandits, they mark you. Then at the time my dad used to drive a blue car. If the blue car is outside, the man is home. If the blue car is not there, there's nobody in the home. That home is empty. So when I come back, you know, my dad had no need to be checking on the house, so no blue car outside. Well, of course, they thought no one was there. I was awakened at 9 a.m. Bang, bang, bang. Shawna, is you today with all the
animation.
Bang, bang, bang. Real loud. Just wake me up. When I wake up, where that coming from? I go to the kitchen. That's where it's coming from. We have a door, right? That leads outside from the kitchen. And a window so that I could see who on the other side of the door. Right. I see a man. Hi, darling. We saw a man. I saw a man with a crowbar. He already broke down the burglar proofing, Papa.
What the hell? In midday?
Broad daylight.
Remember the thing in the house,
he thought
nobody
the house
there.
And then people going to work.
Bold face.
People going to work.
It's the noise.
My father really say midday bandits is the worst.
That's right.
They bold face with it.
Yeah. So bang, bang, bang. My boy have a crowbar. He done open the burglar proofing. And I think with about 3 more bangs, he would have gotten the door open because he banging and he prying. He banging and he prying.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wow.
I got the phone. There's a cutlass under the sink, right? And my dad kept tools and stuff.
He haven't seen you.
Right? He didn't see me. And I bang on the door. I said, calling the police. I'm calling the police. I started make noise. Call out to my neighbors. Jamil. Because where I live is very quiet. You could hear everything.
And he
right? And he banging away, boy. And that man stopped and froze like he saw a ghost. I'll never forget his face. If I saw his face even now, I will know immediately who he is. He had these big oval eyes that went downwards, and he had a big oval face. He was wearing a red t-shirt with a collar and black pants. And he looked, and I'm staring at him, and I have
the police
and it looked like that man actually contemplated whether he should continue
or leave.
And he look at the door, he look at me, he look at the door, he look at me. We stand, and I did making noise, but I'm not taking my eye off of him. But I have the cutlass in my left hand. If he only came in there, I was chopping his hand off. I swear to God. And anyway, he decided to run, and he fly over that wall, and that wall is not short in front of my house. He is a pro. He flew over that wall, right? Called my dad, called the police. We went searching for him. Of course, they didn't find him. Never saw him again. When I tell y'all that because of that experience, I cannot sleep unless I have a knife under my pillow. It's an understatement. That has been about 16 years or more, give or take, ago. And I'm still traumatized by it. I'm still awakened by the slightest sound that I don't recognize around the house. I'm paranoid. You know, it have people afraid of the dark and afraid of this. I'm not afraid of the dark and people, ghosts and spirits. I know. My fear comes from people. You know, and what they can be driven to do. Every time, like I just don't trust men. Especially if I have, let's say, just recently I had some people from a furniture store come to drop off some stuff. I'm calling my uncle who's visiting. I'm calling my father to make sure that the two of them are there.
So they don't see you gauge the place and think who can come back. Because it doesn't know what people think. And
the thing is, my dad sometimes think I go overboard and I'm paranoid and all of that. But I'm telling you, that may be true. But I don't think, I think that unless a person experiences something firsthand, they will never get it. And then also too, it's easy for a man to say, no man, but men don't have the experiences that we have. You understand? They don't readily experience men, not stalking them, but
the way we do,
pursuing them and you know, it's just. So and I have a weapon in every room of the house. So should I be caught anywhere, I know where to go for this. I know the hockey stick there, there's a cutlass there, there's a knife under this pillow, that pillow. I
don't know why when you say that I'm thinking of Kevin Hart.
Why?
He had a joke, something. I mean, I'm not trying to make a joke about the situation, but something like that with having weapon in every room now. So, and he was going through it where he was saying like, okay, if they catch me in the laundry, I'll be like, wait 1 minute, let me just go into the washing machine for him to pull out, you know?
So I mean, it might seem extreme to everyone, but that is the only way I feel safe. And I have to lock my doors. If I'm going in, I cannot sleep with my bedroom door unlocked or unlatched. You know, I have to lock every door behind me if I'm going to sleep. Otherwise I won't sleep. And it has me thinking too, if this is how I feel with a situation where nothing happens, imagine, think of
somebody who actually
think about those men and women and men who have been raped or assaulted or had some type of injury as a result of someone attacking them physically.
Because you said it, you saw in his eyes in that minute, like he's contemplating go through. Not like it could have. It started off as a break-in, and it could have ended with assault or murder.
He was only seeing the phone in his hand, but he wasn't seeing the cutlass in my left hand. But he would have had to open the door, and he would have gotten it sliced out. Let me tell you something. As women, we have to protect ourselves. I have no qualms with saying this because there are people out there who have no qualms with taking our lives, taking what they want from us, whether it's our bodies, our money, our possessions, that kind of thing. It is our right to defend ourselves. You understand? And our children, if we have any, and our family. I truly believe that. So that was my traumatic experience that to this day I've never forgotten, and to this day cannot sleep unless I have a weapon nearby or under my pillow. Intense thing today.
Three intense stories, boy.
You have ever sick like now that you're talking about it in retrospect and seeing how it still affects you today, you ever seek like therapy around it's a kind
girl,
of
how you think I could talk about all these things now? But I told you once too. But to answer your question for the people there, yes, I have been to therapy. I have talked about this already as part of many other things that was discussed. But yeah, a lot of healing going on. But so guys, you've heard our stories. You could tell us yours. Right?
That's how Chris has brushed.
We can't be sharing all the juice. It doesn't work like that.
We have Shirley saying, great topic. Wow. Right? Talking about our experiences. We have Dion Carrington saying, I kind of glad all you're doing this Friday session because I'll be busy on a Wednesday from 12 to 2. Well, you know, Dion, you could always go back and watch it later in the day.
That's why we get most of the views anyhow.
People go back after we can watch it.
And have watch parties.
And she leaves us saying, yes, I can't sleep with an unlocked door either. So that's it for the chat room. So guys, we kind of running behind. Our guest is here. We can't keep her waiting much longer. So what we're going to do is just quickly run through some of the tips that we have for people who have been through some type of trauma and still reeling from it. You know, some things that we can do and we can stand to.
Chris, don't mean to cut you, but right before you go there, you want to just tell them about some of the symptoms that you'd experience so that you could know if you should seek help or if you need healing. You could probably look for certain
as
symptoms
Chris
of
mentioned
this.
earlier, how we have a lot of people like dealing with PTSD and not aware of it because our culture now getting into the conversation around mental health. And you could be suffering, walking, breathing, going around with PTSD and not even aware. You know?
And some of the side effects of this too could be like, you know, anxiety, feeling disconnected. Some people feel numb, they're emotionless, they're emotionally disconnected. You know,
withdrawal from others.
Severe trust issues and all of that jazz, you know. And I mean, if you're experiencing these things, maybe it might help. I mean, it's hard for people to really introspect and do the work of finding the core of what the issue is. But if you're serious about it, you could try to figure out, well, why am I triggered by A, B, C, D? Or why do I feel like this? Why am I so quick to jump or quick to anger or my blood close to my
simple
skin?
Things
you know?
like, as Chris said, simple things like anger and irritability. Like those simple things are causes of things that would have happened before, you know?
Because I wouldn't lie, I go through these things where I have serious anxiety anxiety. My blood close to my skin. You know what I'm saying? So
what I would say though, also don't try to put your symptoms in a box that it have to line up with. Like say you doing research and it say, okay, if you experience A, this is what you should look for, because you could also be suffering from PTSD and it doesn't line up with those symptoms. Because for me, dealing with my trauma, persons who normally go through stuff like that get quiet. So I was like, well, it not affected me because I was talking, not realizing my talkativeness and my need to over-express and explain myself was a form of that. But I'm thinking, well, they didn't take my voice because I did still talk. But most persons who might deal with stuff like that would just be quiet. They would go inside. And I was more outside, but also it was coming from a place of trauma. So
let's quickly touch before we go to the symptoms, Shawna. You know, like one of you all said earlier, the trauma doesn't necessarily have to be direct. It doesn't have to be you don't have to be the person like first hand experiencing it. It could be second hand. You could be witnessing it, like for kids who witness their mom being abused and that kind of thing. So I just want to give you all a couple quick causes of emotional trauma, which could be like experiencing a natural disaster. All these poor people flooding every time rain fall. That's traumatic for them. You can imagine the anxiety they feel when they see the sky set up, or when Sigourney say on the news the night before we're gonna have serious rain. Think about that. You know, of course I mentioned domestic violence, physical and emotional abuse, bullying, and all that jazz. Child neglect, right? An accident, a vehicular accident, people afraid to travel again, you know what I'm saying? Or a violent dog attack. Sean.
Yes. But strange enough, I didn't get any trauma from that. From up to this day, people say you're so afraid of dogs by now, right? I still walk in yards with pit bulls and stuff. I love animals because animals saved me from a dog. So in my case, not so much.
Right? What about the death of a loved one? You know what I'm saying?
And I saw one saying surgery or any type of medical situation, especially in the early onset of life, those things leave. And especially if like you have this scar where like you mightn't have the memory every time you see this scar in some part of your body, you know what that's tied to.
So Sean's like, when, like, let's say as someone who's trying to be introspective and trying to figure out if they have trauma, what are some of these symptoms that we experience as people if we're going through trauma? Because I know it can, emotional trauma will of course affect us through our mind and through our emotions, but they also have physical effects too. Talk to us about both.
Well, you know, one of the points that we didn't mention, as simple as this maybe, is concentrating, being able to focus. You find that if you cannot concentrate or you cannot focus, all of these little things that you take for granted, anger, getting irritable easily, being shocked, or you know, there's so many things, anxiety. But I mean, we would look at anxiety and we'd look at those with a sharp eye, but there are a lot of other symptoms that are minor that we should still pay attention to, right? And as Chris said, feeling disconnected from people, feeling numb, like I don't know feelings. I don't care about that. Somebody who don't care, and you think there's a big flex, but you not caring and you not having emotions. It's trauma, right? So, those are some, and some of the physical ones we have, like insomnia, nightmares. Oh, good, all
as Chris
I know we pressed for time. I wanted to give you all a next trauma. That nightmares still plague me up to this day. Right? But fatigue and, you know,
being easily startled, you know, edginess.
Let me share this trauma quick. I could share it. It's kind of funny, all don't laugh at me. But my dad, just like you, Chris,
I didn't hear it yet.
It's real minor, quick. My dad, just like you, is very paranoid, right? His thing in the household was military training. He's never worked a day in his life in the military, by the way. But everything is, we have codes for how we speak this, for bandits, for everything.
Oh, I like that.
Like, it's full on militant. Don't mind, we have no military background.
You know.
So one of the things that he used to do, because back then, my friends and I walking home from school and we always passing through the river. Ain't nobody walking on the long main road, straight through the river, right? So he used to tell me about all these stories where children would get rushed down, and then they had a story in the news where once the rain fall, you don't recognize the river coming down. The river will just come down heavily. And the mother said, do not cross the pipe. They used to have like a pipeline. Don't cross the pipeline when the river, this is the story he gave me, right? And one of the sisters fell in and the next sister jumped behind her, and the woman lost her both daughters. That was Trinidad news.
Yeah.
And so many other stories he would give me about these rivers. And I kid you not,
it didn't stop you.
No, it did.
Okay.
But as minor as that is, I have a fear for river, like gushing water. And every time I have a nightmare, the nightmare is always me getting rushed in a river or ending up in some kind of flood water going down. I always have those dreams.
Girl.
And no, hey, this is how bad it is, right? If the rain falling, you know, most streets have a river passing below it, right? You're on the street, it's not a big deal. You pass by Westmoreland's a big river. You pass anywhere, a river. Sometimes you don't even recognize you're driving over a river.
You're not passing it.
Not Shawna, Michelle. I recognize all the time. And if the rain falling and we in traffic, there's a big space between that car and this car because I ain't stopping on the bridge path.
Shawna had you beat to that.
I swear, I'm not stopping on the bridge path.
Not Shawna, Michelle.
Sometimes cars would peep. You're like, peep, like
they would wait the turn.
And I would be like, no, you drive. Next thing you know, the road collapse and you go wash it down. Well, bye. It wouldn't be me.
Indeed.
So like something as minor as that, guys. Like you could imagine, like this affected my whole life. I not even driving up to a car because I afraid the road collapse.
Yeah.
Boy.
Wow.
And it still bother me. Yeah.
Do you like being in the beach and stuff?
Yeah. As a water child, I'll go.
But not rivers.
Once the rain starts to fall, I out. I'm out before the water even come down. I'm gone.
Wow. So let's continue quick. So these, like we said, the symptoms could be, like you said, insomnia, fatigue, you know, easily startled and that kind of thing. You said all of that, right?
Yeah, right.
Racing heartbeat, like myself, right? Difficulty concentrating.
Aches and pains.
Right? Aches and pains.
Panic attacks is one, because I used to suffer
Yes.
panic attacks a lot and didn't understand what was triggering it.
So apart from the emotional part, the anxiety, the fear, the anger, the irritability, the mood swings, know that trauma affects you physically too, right? My heart always racing.
Yes. I know that.
Even sometimes
Chris
migraine is a form of trauma as well.
You think we should tell them?
Yeah, Chris will call me earlier. Shawna.
There was a time we postponed Island Girl talk. Tell them what happened.
Oh yeah. You had my guest in 5 minutes. I was like, where we going?
Listen, all we being real today or what?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go through.
I don't know if I should share this, you know.
Well,
I don't normally share these parts of my life, but we had to postpone Island Girl talk once because all your girl thought she was having a heart attack, and I was in a mess. What turns out I was having a
anxiety
attack, severe panic attack.
Yeah, panic attack.
And the thing is, you feel you good, you know, you're good. There was nothing I was worried about. There was nothing that was plaguing my mind or nothing at all. But your body just boom. And it's like I said earlier, something may have happened before, you didn't register it, but your body stored it, right, as stress or whatever, and then manifests later down the road. And girl, like, girl. So I can relate to that. You see that heart racing thing, those panic attacks and that kind of thing. And I'm not the only one. Like, I talk to so many people, so many of my friends, and I'm surprised, but at the same time, it's refreshing to hear that I'm not alone. Like, so many people have the same thing. I mean, to the point of having to go and organize for a Holter monitor and that kind of thing to measure your heart for 24 hours. And listen to me, Oli.
That's sounding traumatic.
But let's wrap this up. Let's tell the people how we certain things that we can do to heal. Right? We have our guests here
waiting
patiently, watching us like, oh God, when these girls gonna talk to me, boy. We coming. Ready yourself. Like Shawna said. Right? You can put that camera briefly on her.
Watch this pretty face, guys.
Even though we haven't introduced her yet, look at that pretty face now. Look at that now. Just a little taste for you all. You have to wait. Right? So here are some ways that we can self-heal or attempt, you know, or start the process of healing from trauma. No one is saying that it's going to happen in a nutshell, but it's certain. A little bit goes a long way. It certainly helps. So the first one is one that I love. I think I gave it once before in a previous episode. It's learning how to say no. A lot of people stress and anxiety and trauma and all of that. And no. Word is no. Denia, what you know about that? You don't know about that. Sesame Street. But learning how to say no goes a long way, especially if you've experienced childhood trauma, right? A lot of people walking around here, they have a lot of hands, a lot of people pulling and tugging at them, and they yes to this one, yes to that one, yes to that, and wearing themselves thin. Because they don't know how to say no. There comes a point in time when you just have to honor yourself. My auntie always told me that. Honor yourself and just say no. And it's not just saying no and making a person feel bad, you know. Learn the art of saying no.
Yeah.
You don't have to be rude. You don't have to insult the person. But just let them know, like, you know what, this is not going to work for me at this point in time. I'm unable to accommodate you. I'm sorry. I hope you can work something out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to know how to do it, because the minute you tell somebody no, automatically you're the villain. They're looking to vilify you. You're the bad guy. You know, so learn how to say no, right? And keep it moving, right? Like, you know how last week we said, take your brace and what was it? Take your brace and move on.
Yeah, take your brace and move on.
Let them take the no and move on, right?
Yeah.
And that's that. Especially where your mental health and your emotional health is concerned. If you can help them, sure.
Yeah.
But if you can't, you really can't, don't go now trying to figure out a way how. I'm guilty of that. Like, I would have somebody say, Krystal, saying we could do this, da, 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 da. And I really can't do it, you know. And for me to do it, I had to go out of my way and literally inconvenience myself. You know, I'll be stressing about that, trying to figure out how I could help them. And I would say, I'm not sure I could do it. But then I was like, it's on my mind. Yeah. And then I'll call them back. Okay, what about this? What about if I do this? What about if I do that? Just so that I don't disappoint them.
Yeah.
You know? So that's that.
I think that sounds similar to like people pleasing when you have a need to
people pleasing, boy.
Another one is self-witnessing, right? For me, I like to call it being self-aware, right? It's kind of similar to being self-aware. You want to become a neutral observer of yourself. You want to look over. Ooh, Chris,
keep going.
It's alive.
Keep going.
You want to become a neutral observer of yourself and your life. So it's like if you're looking over yourself, right? You have to become familiar with your patterns and how you would habitually react to something.
And your triggers.
And that's basically it. You want to learn yourself. You want to watch yourself and know what it is what are your patterns and why you're reacting this way and so forth. Right? So as we said,
that's a really, really good point, because for me, somebody had to bring the talkative thing to me. Well, expressing myself, because I was like, every time I have to explain something, I say like, just tell me the point. Like, why you always had to go around the mountain before you just tell me the point? And it didn't register right there. But later on, I was looking at that's why I kind of into like therapy, because I want to like understand stuff.
Right.
And the therapist was having a conversation with somebody, and she explained that like the need to over-explain yourself is a trauma response. And in that moment, everything just clicked.
I could relate to that. Who's the one who's over-explaining yourself the most here? This guy.
Chris, I'm like, Chris, I get the point. No, but I just need to explain to make sure that we are clear. I say, Chris, I clear.
Listen, when Chris said them voice, those are over 3 minutes, you'll be like, okay.
Oh gosh, sell out my like that. Oh god.
And then she'll send the finger, say, listen this.
Yes. Listen here.
Yes.
You know?
All right, guys. So we said running through quickly, right?
Yeah.
So as I said, self-witness and being able to observe yourself, right? And observe your patterns. What's the
My
next
own
one?
would be compassionate self-talk, which is also a form of it piggybacks off of the self-witnessing, because you have to be able to hear how you speak to yourself.
Right.
For instance, like if something happens, a situation happens, where do you go naturally? Is it a positive self-talk or negative self-talk? And if you're guilty of the negative, try to practice rewording stuff differently. Like you do something clumsy, instead of calling yourself an idiot, you can be like, I could have handled that better. Or next time, instead of always just going to the negative and beating up on yourself, because the world already beating up on us.
Yeah.
Right? Why would you be that voice that you have to basically live with for the rest of your life, telling yourself these things? So just the way that you speak to yourself, even if is a situation that you're in the wrong, still have a way that it is
treat yourself with love.
Treat yourself with love. use it as a teachable moment, and by you practicing how you speak to yourself in a positive way, it also change the dynamic of how you speak to others.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that.
I imagine that takes some growth to be able to,
And
get to that
a lot
point.
of practice, because you might be talking to yourself nice and still calling people idiots.
Let's try and go through a little quicker, right? Dania, we come into you, darling. We come into you. So I like this one. This is like, guys, if you're just joining us again, we are now going through ways. We're talking about trauma and how to heal from trauma, right? And we want to give you all a few tips, a few suggestions on how to go about being a little easier on yourself, not letting things affect you too much and that kind of thing. So I like this one because I can resonate with it, and it's something that I constantly work on.
Right.
I try and I fail, and then for every 6 tries I might succeed on the 7th one, and then I try and I fail again. But the point is I'm trying.
Yeah.
Right, and it's how to work through your triggers, right? I have a lot of triggers. Let me don't make it sound like a basket case, but really and truly, let's just be real. I have triggers. Most of us do, right? And I find like someone might trigger me, and I may handle it much better with certain people, but then there might be one person that I think they know me, they should know better, and they do something that triggers me tremendously, and I flip out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but you're still doing it, or it's still being done, whether intentionally or not intentionally. Like, so I think I'm not easily triggered, but I think it depends on the person that triggers me. If I think that, you kind of have a history, you know who I am, you know who and what you're dealing with, and what I like and I don't like, and how, you know how, by now, how to get the best out of people, how to push their buttons or not. After a certain time, you start to wonder, why is this still happening? And then you become more easily triggered by the person because you think you should know better.
Yeah.
Or that they're doing it on purpose.
Oh, I didn't want to say that, but yes, yes.
Yeah.
So some ways you can work through these triggers is to taking a pause for a cause. The cause being, you need to calm down, right? Learn how to breathe, count to 10. Now it sounds real cliche. It sounds like, but let me tell you something. I've done it. When someone, as a red woman, my blood close to my skin. When
stereotypes.
Girl, when I get to the point where I am livid, especially in a professional setting, someone does something unprofessional or didn't do what they were supposed to do with a show or something, and I'm boiling on the inside, I literally just... I woosah and I count to 10. In that moment, it works.
Right.
It does work. So
right before you hit the stage, or
man,
I am guilty of that, the responsive thing, because I come from a place of like that's impulsive, and also thinking that everybody. Like, I take things first, I feel like everybody out to get me. So when something happens, my mind wouldn't go to like what else it could be. I would just see like, this is an attack on me. I'm viewing it from that lens. So now I try to like pause, come back to it.
Pause for the cause.
Or even like try to ask the person. I mean, sometimes, not all the time it will go like that, because you're still dealing with pride and ego at times. But I'm practicing a lot more than before. When something happens and it rubs me away, which is my natural response, let me ask and see what lens they could give me.
Yeah, that's so true. Neicy, you could probably check out, there's something I Googled, YouTube, how to not be defensive or something like that. Once you YouTube that, there's a really, really nice video, probably the first or the second video will pop up about that.
Yes. So just to wrap up the point, working through your triggers, learn how to breathe, pause for a cause, get curious about your feelings. Like, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling right now? It's hard to do it because it's hard to feel. It's hard to introspect in the middle of a slew of emotions. You're angry, you're sad, you're confused, this person riling you up. You really don't have the time to be like, why do I feel this way? Let me take a,
it is taking
emotional intelligence
for you, especially in real time.
It takes some serious emotional intelligence and maturity.
You know, another one that I liked is move the body. Right, I don't mean movement and exercise, which is one of the points you're gonna do. What I mean is, in that moment, if you're feeling triggered and this person riling you up, take a walk.
Right.
Move the body away from the situation. Take a quick walk.
Right.
Cool down, and then go back. You know, quickly, guys.
Neicy
What
was
else
gonna
run through
movement and exercise.
Yeah. But basically the same thing that Chris was saying, like move the body, but sometimes like to just switch off completely, go into, well, for me, what I used to do was just get up and move, do some jumping jacks.
Right.
Just do something to get your blood pumping, because when your blood start to pump through your body,
the
it
hormones
slows
created.
down
your
mental. For some reason, like you can't laser focus on that because your body focused on where this blood going, what's going on here.
Yeah.
So like you mightn't be able to do it if you're in public or you're in a meeting, you just get up and start to do that. But like if I'm home, because I'm like, when you sit with yourself, you could overthink yourself into a headspin.
Yeah.
Just shift the dynamic, get up, go for a walk outside, get some sunlight, do some jumping jacks. So just do something to kind of get your blood flowing.
And the hormones
because it
working.
shifts your mental state.
Yeah. I even saw that it's good when you do physical exercise. It's good to do exercise that requires your focus, right? So like, you know, rock climbing, where you actually you can't focus on the issue. You really have to put your focus in that moment. Boxing, if you're in focus and you'll collect a blow.
That is how I used to get over. That's how I started hiking.
Right.
Every time I'm hit with a wall, I would like go in a group and look for the hardest hike.
Right.
Hike that like have to take all my willpower, them level 5 and stuff,
So,
and I would go on a hike and whatever I did, and I'd leave it in the bush.
And martial arts, and of course also dancing, because choreography is a lot of brain work. So you're getting to use those hormones that will have you feeling positive as well as shift your focus.
Yes. All right, guys. So we have 3 more. Ladies, can we run through them real quick?
Call it quick.
Who wants to go?
You could do this one quickly.
I want to do ask for support, because somebody mentioned it in the chat room. You know, reaching out and getting either professional help if you can afford it, or trying to find people that could really lift you up, right? Uplift you and help you to overcome. It really does help when you have a support group. Or find a group of, like, you know how to have AAs Anonymous or whatever. Find a group where you could possibly go and have like a workshop and talk out your feelings and that kind of thing. Or find someone you could trust, you know, and get support. Who's next?
Connect with others, which is piggybacking off of what you said with the get support, because sometimes those connections might be in-house, family members, friends, or even, like as I said just now, with joining a hiking group some years ago. It came from that space of just wanting to be around people, but I know what I was dealing with internally. You know, so sometimes getting in a positive, productive habit, hobby, or just, you know, kind of cutting out of your routine and your habit and doing something different, but also surrounding yourself with people who pour into you and feed your spirit and help uplift you and could give you a healthier lens to look at life.
Very true. And the last one is volunteer. Right? A lot of times we feel, you know, as Neicy would have been mentioning, her own, like her voice wasn't heard, or, you know, a lot of people might feel hopeless and so many symptoms of trauma. But once you volunteer, you get to reclaim your sense of power, because you know that although you feel hopeless in that moment, you're given the opportunity to somebody else to feel safe or feel wanted. So
I like that.
Yeah, when you volunteer, you could make people feel good as well as yourself.
I like that. I like that. And that's it, guys. With that, it's a wrap. We hope you guys found this educative and stuff. We found that we really needed to talk about this, because, as you know, this month is Domestic Abuse Awareness Month, and we're gonna have a couple more topics like this coming up in the future. So we found it fitting to have these types of topics from now. Talk the talks, as Shawna said.
Share the shares.
Right? Share the shares. Ting the tings.
Feel the feels.
Oh my God. I swear to God. So that's a wrap for today's topic of the day, trauma and how to heal. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's see what the chat room's saying, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with our spotlight, our Island Girl spotlight for today. All right, so we have let me see. We have Gina Chin in the house saying, hello, beauties.
Hi.
She says, this is a very good topic. I am listening intensely. Well, thank you very much. We're so happy to provide some info. She leaves us there again saying, the wow was for Shawna's story with the thieving friend.
Sorry, I said it like that. The thieving friends.
We don't name call.
Well, no names there. But John Suhan says, talking about your trauma is great for mental health. And the more you put it out there, the better it is to deal with it. Agreed. He goes on to say the support system is important as well. Right?
Yes.
Dion Carrington says, Ollie, touching on some of the very reasons why I wrote and published my first book, 57 Days of Emotions. I've been hearing about this book.
I want
Dion,
to read
send us
it.
a copy, no
Please.
man.
We'll buy it. Come
I
on.
think I saw it on the
support.
Jammets. The Jammets was talking about it on their show. We have a show on O.U.R radio called Two Jammets, but don't let the name fool all here.
Yeah.
It's very informative, so go and check it out. Check it out on a Sunday from 4 p.m. Right? But yes, Dion, we would like very much to get a copy of your book if you don't mind. Thank you, please and thanks. Now we have KTC in the house. Hi, Queen. Our resident co-host. She says, hi, Queens. Hi, listeners. Hi on the job training. She's on the job training. Hi to the job training tech guy. Right. He's not a job trainer. He actually runs his own show, True Talk, No Lie.
No, that was when I said he on the job training.
But you're not used to all our
schematics and aesthetics.
Yes. She says, great topic. Could I add that I learned that trauma is any threat to the safety of the human and their experience. Yes, quite true. Yes. She goes on to say, there are studies being done right now to find if the scrolling through TikTok, right, is traumatic. Difficult to explain via text. We were very interested in that, Katie. So if you have a moment, feel free to call after. Even if we wrap the segment, feel free.
I saw something like that. It's when like you're on the For You page, because remember, you're not aware what's going to pop up.
Yeah.
Unless you are like your algorithm designed for you. You could be scrolling and from happy to sad to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not normal.
If
you think about it. Shelis echoes this and says, I can see how TikTok scrolling can cause trauma. She said, I never had a panic attack, but trauma has caused me to almost black out a couple times. Like me and earthquakes.
Let Chris only feel something shake here. The show done enough. Chris
done. Show nothing. Right? John Suhan says too much social media can definitely create some level trauma. Right? KTC, we have 3 more. KTC goes on to say, for sure, the research is looking at the drastic switch of emotions between each swipe.
Yep.
Right? Just what you said, Neicy. 10 to 15 seconds is not normal. I hope I'm explaining this well enough. Very well, Katie. Well said.
Yeah.
Neicy was just saying that on TikTok, you now cry because a baby experiencing a surgery. Then you go to happy because a new kitten is licking his mommy. I don't know. It is not normal.
You're saying it and I'm feeling it, because sometimes I had to watch some. Well, most of my timeline is funny / inspirational. But then occasionally, for me, inspirational is touching, so I would get those cry things and I'm like, oh, this touched me today, and I just share the most emotional thing, like this touched me, and then after share that too.
Sometimes it's the same thing with like even stories and stuff on WhatsApp or whatnot, because I had to mute and even remove a few persons that would post like really graphic content. I'm talking like something happened in Trinidad, somebody dead, you decide to put this up as your story.
I mute all those things, and when I feel like I need to go see what's happening in the country, which unfortunately is always a murder or whatever, I will go to the Trinidad is not a real place, MYOB, but I have to remember to go there. I don't want it popping up in my feed because it's too traumatic. It's too triggering, right? 2 more. She leaves, says, yeah, Katie, I get it. Joash says, correct, Neicy, get busy, like hit a gym, etc. Right, and lastly, we have Levi Hossein saying, afternoon, gals.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Levi.
You're late.
All right, and with that, guys, we have to take a quick break. We are glad that you guys enjoyed the topic of the day today, right? It was a little sensitive one, but guys, we had to balance it out. We have to do the trending, the funny, the light, the frou-frou, and the serious topics as well, especially in this month, right? Domestic Abuse Awareness Month, all right? And with that, we're going to take a quick break,
right? And when we come back, we will have our lovely Island Girl Spotlight.
You're in for a treat.
For Miss World TNT 2022. Ha! Dania Danton. Let me Dania Danton. Put our camera on her there, Nave, you know, for let them see that pretty face again before we go.
Yeah, guys. Don't miss it. Sneak peek.
Keep it locked to Island Girl Talk. We will be right back after these messages.
Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever, wherever, whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever, wherever, whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
Who's been choosing war over peace? 999 is the sum up of me. The sunset on our lives with a warning to we. And yes, I'm upset, I'm stuck here. Gravity ain't my friend. I know I used to fly, now I'm just out of breath. Yelling I cannot breathe. Will you get off my neck? Will you give me a sec? I need to recollect. I had so much to vent. I get so tired. 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 I get so. Who's been choosing him over me? Created from a rib is the awesome up of me. The moon be making me a wolf, I'm wild by decree. Big feminine energy in your face. Since I small, I'm a threat. It's my clothes, it's my hair, it's my tone, it's my breath. Yelling, I kinda scared. You gon' need to project. Will you give me a sec? I need to recollect. I had so much to I get so tired. 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 I get so. I've been choosing peace over war, a love over all, even though I am appalled by how dangerous it is to be a woman in the 21st century. I mean, how many lives do I have to live to be free? But I just get so normal. I spark up, I talk up, I speak up, I live up, I'm okay. I did. But I just get so normal. I spark up, I talk up, I speak up, I live up, I'm okay. I get so tired. 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 I get so.
He said my afro like the night sky, all the constellations in my eyes, caramel dripping melanated, that's just delicious undiluted. Look at my hair, look at my skin, camera zoom in, look at the skin, black is a spectrum, penny got the shade, winning every deck, no you can't join no shade. I got the melanin. much men just get sick. Dropping in my DMs all week. Got a melanin on fleek, fleek. So we got the vibes for the old place, man. Girl, where you come from, Trinidad? Your body's so good, but your wine so bad. Bad, 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 bad. I got the melanin on fleek. Soon as you much men just get sick. Dropping in my DMs all week. Got a melanin on fleek, fleek. So we got the vibes for the old place, man. Girl, where you come from, Trinidad? Your body's so good, but your wine so bad. Bad, 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 bad.
Behold the beauty in your day. Be love to all that comes your way. I'm here to encourage you to be the best. Hey, be brave. I know it's just a test. Yeah, yeah. Flying high like an eagle in the sky. Yeah, reach for the mountain tops, reach for the highest high. Yeah, yeah. I'm here to encourage you to be the best. Yeah, yeah. Be brave. I know it's just a test. Oh yeah. Be
Cause we just living our lives. We just living our life like it's stolen. Living it up cause we're free. Doing it up cause we're young and dumb. And I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
So then carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just so then carefree.
Care what? Care what?
Just living our life like it's stolen.
Live it up.
Living it up cause we're free.
Live it.
Doing it up cause we're young and dumb. And I can't believe this is real.
Can't believe that.
So then it's a calling. Don't be afraid, feel the spirit, your journey is endless. Dust off your worries, decide, take a chance and just live in the moment.
Live it.
The day is a day, so just own
Let's
it.
go.
Never be afraid to show us up.
Don't be afraid.
That's up all the hate and live it up.
That's it up, that's it up, girl.
Worry less, set your mind free.
Set it free, let it fly.
Boy, you cannot be, just let it be. Just take it easy.
Take it easy.
Clear your mind and help you on with the cheesy. Don't worry about it today, it's not for no reason. I'm nothing about it next week. Now I'm just focused on me, 'cause we just live my life like it's golden.
Living
it up 'cause we're free. Doing it up 'cause we're young and dumb.
Now we celebrate. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever. We celebrate. Wherever. We celebrate. Whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever. We celebrate. Wherever. We celebrate. Whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
And we are back with more Island Girl Talk, guys. We are your hosts. I'm Krystal Khayne.
Trinidad Shawna.
Neicy. And of course, we have the lovely Dania Dunton in the house. Put that camera on her there. Put that camera. That's what the people have been waiting for.
That face.
Thank you for having me.
She on there. Navy, she on? Yeah. Yes, I. And guys, if you're just joining us and if you didn't know, Dania Dunton is Miss Canupia, right? She's a delegate of the Miss World TNT 2022 pageant that is coming up on the 6th of November. Yeah?
Yeah.
And of course, we hope we will be rooting for you on the show. Oh, God. No offense to the other delegates.
We love Oliver. We love Dania more.
Oh, why we so, boy?
I appreciate the support. I appreciate it.
When is the Miss World pageant?
The actual pageant, it's in February, but we're not sure of the date or where it's going to be as yet.
Damn, girl.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we wish you the best. We wish you the best, right?
Jania, you have a lovely face, like a nice jaw structure. You know, you're perfect for the stage. So I really hope you do your thing.
Yes, yes.
But don't see what I'm talking about, right? You know,
Yes.
the face makeup and you know.
Yes, indeed. So, Dania, we're going to give you a chance. Instead of reading out your bio, we're going to give you a chance to tell us a little bit about yourself. We ask everyone who comes on here to tell us a bit about your journey, where you started, where you came from, how it's going, how you think it's going to end. Talk your things.
Well, good evening, well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Dania Dunton. I am 26 and I represent Canupia in the Miss World pageant, Trinidad and Tobago. Big up Canupia. I like to consider myself as lived many lives. I have moved over 16 times throughout Trinidad and the US. What? Yes, yes. So
she's an army baby.
Surprisingly, no. You would think so. You really would think so, but I am not. But it really gave me a greater perspective about life and about people, experiencing different cultures and experiencing persons from all different walks of life. It kind of shaped my mind to lean more on perspective and understanding rather than the latter. I am also a singer-songwriter.
Yes, we want to get to that too, because a lot of people they don't know that, but.
And I'm a human resource specialist as well. So that's my day-to-day, what I do on a daily basis.
I did see you, and it dawned on me. I was like, well, wait, now that's the young lady who was running the floor at the casino in Westmore. Yes, I had a gig there, and I saw her. I was like, this girl is beautiful. And then when I saw the pictures, like, I know this face. I know this face. It just dawned on me that you are the young lady. Ian McDonald said to tell you hi.
Oh, hi, Ian. Hi. He's tuned in.
Yes. No, he told me beforehand.
Oh, okay,
don't forget to tell Dania hi, you know. So, yes. All right. So, tell us about your start. I saw here that you went to St. Joseph College and that kind of thing. And
well, okay, you're a singer-songwriter, but we want to end with that, right? Because we're going to end with your music and all of that.
Well, yes, I went to many different schools, but I finished in St. Joseph College. That's where I did my 4 and 5. That's where I wrote CXC.
Right.
Then I went on to CETAL College, where I did my associates in business, and then my degree in human resource management.
Excellent.
Yes. And my plans are to go back and study psychology, which I've started this semester here.
Nice.
Yeah, I would like to specialize in behavioral sciences.
In behavioral sciences.
Yeah, because I have a gift for I have a natural gift for understanding people's behavior and why they do what they do.
Yeah.
Usually, weird enough, a lot of the times I'm able to tell people why they do the things they do, why they make the decisions they make. And it's something that naturally just came to me over different experience, things that I would have experienced from childhood till now. Again, perspective. I live on the notion of perspective.
Ladies, you should bring her on the show.
And I remember she said she has been, all around, all around Trinidad, or the US and so forth, so that would give you a lot of different perspectives and a lot of different experiences
and that kind of thing.
I know what it's like to have every single thing you can dream for as a child and then have everything taken away at the same point, to a point where you have to sleep in a 1-bedroom with your 5 brothers and sisters and use a latrine outside with an outside bathroom. So it really does bring perspective when you have when you come from different walks in life.
You know the life, and that's great, right? Very textured lifestyle.
She walked the walk.
So tell us, what was the catalyst in you making the decision to enter the Miss World TNT pageant, and how has the experience been so far?
I've always dreamed about entering Miss World as a child, as a teen. Yes, I did. I remember watching Miss World and Miss Universe with my grandmother, and she would always be like, yes, Dania, that's going to be you one day. And then, life happens, and we tend to forget our dreams along the way. We tend to kind of do what it takes to survive.
Yes.
And that's basically what I was doing until I realized that this was the last year that I'm able to enter the Miss World pageant.
Wow. Okay, because age limit.
Now or never. Now or never.
So I was like, yes, Dani, okay, now or never, because one of my mottos in life is I never want to leave this earth regretting anything or not at least trying to live every single dream, because it's me against me in the world. It's not me against anybody else. It's really only me against me. So that I was like, okay, yes, this is the year we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this full force. Full force. And I called my grandmother, and she's like, you see, I told you. I told you.
Oh, Granny have the vision.
Like I saw that you said you wanted to use the platform, the Miss World platform, to exact positive change in the world.
Yes.
So what do you have in mind? Like, give me some examples of, the change that you'd like to see you.
Of course. Well, we have our Beauty with a Purpose. Right. That is the heart and soul of Miss World. It has saved millions of lives worldwide, and it has raised funds to help children in need all over the world. So each delegate really has to have their own Beauty with a Purpose project, and their charitable organization. Right. Mine is the EJF, the Esther Judea Foundation. Every journey has a story. We are rooted in youth development and education for youths. Okay. Our first initiative would be the Learning Disability Awareness, because this is Learning Disability Awareness Month as well.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So my first initiative would be a school drive to educate youths on learning disabilities and how to respect each other for our differences and how to better understand the person that's sitting next to you. That's basically. And I'm also going to be, like today I visited Canoopia High School, and they were so excited to have me there. They were like, yes, we need a positive female role model who is from Canoopia to come and speak to these girls. And the person was like, yes, we'll have you any day, anytime. Just let me know when. And I'm like, of course, I would tell my story over and over and over again anytime. I have ADHD, and I've had it my entire life, and it's not ADHD is not necessarily a learning disorder, but it causes you to have learning disorders. It causes not being able to focus and having too much load on you. So even when I did my degree, whereas other students would have been able to do 8 subjects or 6 subjects or even 4 subjects at a time, I had to break it down to 3 because I could not focus on all of that and work at the same time. I did try in the beginning, and then I realized, no, it was causing me to have anxiety all the time, to have panic attacks, and I just always felt overwhelmed. I was not feeling happy, and I was like, you know what, Dania, better you take 6 years to finish this degree and actually finish than drop out.
Makes sense.
So I
like that.
Broke down the courses, and I did it little by little. And that is the message I want to spread because not all children and teens learn the same. Even
Exactly.
adults, we don't all learn the same. We're not all
different paces.
meant to fit into one classroom and absorb all the information. And I want to let kids know it's okay to take your time.
Yeah.
You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush to be in competition with anyone. The only competition you have is yourself.
Yes.
That's it.
Just don't give up. Yeah, I love that message.
Well, I was going to ask about if you are nervous, but I'm hearing confidence. So, how are you feeling? If there's any nerves, I'm doubting it. But if there are any nerves with potentially taking home the Miss World TT title, and not only that, but representing the beautiful Twin Island, the international stage.
Yes, of course. I have nerves every time. I even had nerves before I started this interview, but it's not like a crippling type of nerves. It's more like excitement. It's like adrenaline. Like you can't wait to take the stage.
Yeah.
That type of nerves.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
I know what I was like, because once you get on there,
it just
like
flows.
let me get into the first sentence, the nerves just dissipate. And it's like, why was I nervous in the first place?
Yeah.
And then when you're speaking about something that you are passionate about, it flows easier.
Because you're being authentic.
Exactly.
Yes, I like that. So you mentioned your Beauty with a Purpose NGO and all of that, and you went through all of that. So thank you for that. I wanted to delve in more about that, but let's get through first, right? With everything else. What projects are you currently engaging in under the EJ Foundation? Are there more? I know you're working on what you just mentioned, but is there anything else that is in the works under the EJ Foundation?
Recently, I went to the town meeting of Canoopia. I was invited by the councillor, and I was able to introduce myself to the residents of Canoopia and basically give them an idea of what my foundation is about. And that's when it really hit me that this is something real that's happening. I've had mothers who came to speak to me after and express how they felt and what their child is going through. Those who have autism, those who have ADHD, those who are dyslexic, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. There's a long list of learning disabilities, and they're expressing to me what they're going through by going through the process, how lengthy it takes, and their children are basically failing in school and they need to get help. And that is something that the EGF wants to help with as well. So we are working with parents, working with sponsors, working with schools to make sure that these kids get the help that they need, because they deserve to. They deserve to live in a world where they thrive.
Yeah.
They don't deserve to be put in a box. Someone with a disability doesn't need to be fixed. They need to be respected and they need to be understood.
Well said, darling. Wow.
I love that. Is this something that you plan to carry on? Is the mantle that you plan to carry on whether you win, lose or draw?
Well, yeah, that was because I could have just done an initiative.
Right.
I didn't have to start a foundation.
Right.
But my purpose for starting a foundation was because this is going to be my legacy. This is what I am going to be focused on. This is where I want to be.
So you see longevity in
yes.
Excellent.
Yes, because this is just the beginning.
Yes.
This is just the top of the iceberg.
And you see, I know we said we were backing you and we said we were voting you, but now the more that you speak, I can definitely say I am feeling every word, because I myself am a teacher and I love to work with remedial students. I don't want to say the word remedial, but that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of students, they struggle, and I like to try to get into their minds in different ways and come up with different creative ways just to try to appeal to, the different learning styles. So the fact that you say this really does resonate with me, and I wish you the best.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I wanted, are you going, Chris?
Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to switch it up a bit, because you're showing how multi-talented and multifaceted you are. And a little birdie told us that you're very talented.
Cheap, and birdie.
A very, very talented singer-songwriter. So tell us all about your musical journey. What has it been like? Some of the accomplishments and stuff along that.
My musical journey, it's definitely been interesting. So music has always been my way of therapy. It's always been the way that I get what's in my head out to the world. I feel connected by music. That's how I feel grounded.
Right.
Basically. I have one song out, Control. It's everywhere on every platform you can think of. YouTube.
It's everywhere.
Spotify, Apple Music. I do have more music coming out. I do have a soca releasing as well for next year Carnival.
Groovy or power?
It's a groovy.
Okay.
It's definitely
If she said power day, that was it.
I would have been blown away.
I would have been blown away. I like groovy.
Yes. I was like, how you going and swing that, Miss Pageant girl?
It's definitely a groovy. It's definitely what Dania would do with Super.
Right. So you know you have to come back when you're releasing this
drop
song,
things.
right? Yeah,
Exclusive things.
Of course, it's supposed to come on the 21st of this month. So.
All right.
Nice.
You might have to fall in. You might have to fall in
and
again.
we could add it to the playlist, you know. run
Send
it
thing,
here.
man. Send thing.
Recently, I also performed at the Caribbean Rhythm Showcase in Jamaica.
Ooh.
Yes.
So that.
That's
Nice.
What was the experience like?
It was definitely amazing. They headline entertainment. They flew their select artists through the Caribbean out, and they put us in the Jamaican Pegasus Hotel, and they made sure that we were taken care of. It was definitely, we had rehearsals. We also got to visit the Bob Marley Museum. That was all by itself. It helped me refine the love that I have for music and really understand what it means to be a creative. Because Bob Marley is the
legend.
The epitome of that.
The legend.
The epitome of what it is to do music and to connect with people throughout the entire world.
From the Caribbean.
He made that statement. He is the definition of music is a... it's at the top of my head.
I know what you mean. He made a quote.
I
know what you mean, and I forgetting it too.
Wow.
Music leaves you
It's a
speechless.
universal language. It's a universal language. Music is a universal language.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that.
And that was amazing.
So, hold on now. I lost my questions.
Your train of thought?
No, my questions. So, so you said how you started into the music and that kind of thing. Have there been any highlights thus far in your musical career? We know you're now starting out.
And then when she went to Jamaica,
she performed in Jamaica.
Yeah. You're right. And I also think that is where Giselle Singer went as well. Because I saw Giselle
she was there as
post
well.
something else. Right? Like I said, I lost my bearing with the questions there. My bad, Eddie. So, what else can we expect from you in the near future when it comes to your music? What is on the horizon? You mentioned that you have some new music coming. Is there anything else that we can look out for?
Well, new music at this moment, it's just new music coming. My soca, I also have my Island Vibe coming. Yes, collabs are coming, but I'm not allowed to.
Island Vibe, better come back to Island Guild Squad.
Yes, I do have
collaboration
coming.
Yes. What, you guys have any more?
well, you know the usual question that we like to ask the guests.
What advice?
What advice, right?
She gave a lot too.
Yes, she did. But advice for
indirectly.
anybody who wants to take this path, who want to walk in your shoes or similar pathway.
In terms of going into Miss World,
Yeah.
I
Young
would
girls
say
looking
that
up
it
to
is
you.
something that you do only if you're dedicated.
Right.
Miss World is not just about a pretty face on a stage doing a walk.
Yeah.
It's way deeper than that.
Right.
It's about being passionate about human beings and helping those who are the most vulnerable in society, being a role model for other girls who are coming up and for children on the whole, being a role model. It's about taking that responsibility and understanding that you have to be a role model for these children.
Yeah.
And
I would
you
say
do with the purpose.
Go forth, do great things, but you just have to understand that it is dedication. It takes a lot of dedication out of you.
Yes, well said.
Let them know. It's not all your pretty faces who want to go up on the stage and strut.
Shawna.
It's not just about strutting. Let the Nia show you the way, okay?
Shawna's passionate about this thing.
Listen, Shawna gonna be in front of the stage with a big placard.
Yes,
Shawna, start the fan
I also
club.
want to say one more thing.
Yes.
I want to tell all the girls that are probably listening or may listen in the future, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can do it. Don't doubt yourself. You can do it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
You ever doubted yourself though?
Of course. Of course.
We all have.
Yeah.
We all have
Continue
that little thing in your head that goes, you can't do it.
Negative self-talk.
And then I go, I will not listen to you. I can't.
Get behind me.
I will.
Let me kick you out. Go your way.
So Danielle, lastly, tell the people how they can reach you online, via your socials and that kind of thing.
Yes, you can follow my Miss World page. That's Dania, DANIA.MWTT. My social media page as well as NIA_DUNTIN. That's where you can find all my music as well.
Right.
And you can also follow Miss World Trinidad and Tobago if you want to stay updated with all of the contestants.
All right,
Awesome.
nice.
We want to thank you so much for taking the time to hang with us and to sharing your journey during this spotlight segment, right? And we wish you all the best, and we are rooting for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Especially
It was a
Shawna leading
pleasure.
us to victory.
Yes. But guys, don't go anywhere just yet. Stay tuned because we're going to be back with Sip and Spill, where we're going to put Mr. Nia in the hot box. The hot box. You get that? You get the, I got it. The hot box. Right? So you don't want to miss this. You know, we like to get a little fast with our
Yes, of
questions.
course.
All right? So keep it locked to Island Girl Talk right here on our radio.fm.
Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever, wherever, whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever, wherever, whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
Can somebody melt this icy heart? I don't know how things got so far. Been away for like a day or two. Now I'm trying to find my way back to you. Now I'm trying to find my way back to you. And I'm so tired of wandering on my own. Sometimes I'd lose myself. I'd get swallowed by the darkness unknown. Won't you take my hand, take me away? Take me My words seem bitter, my words seem cold. Just trying to project. Don't talk back to as you're told. much clearer than yesterday. Been away for like a year or two. Now I'm trying to find my way back to you. Now I'm trying to find my way back to you. How do I get back to you? How do I get back to you? Take me away.
Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever, wherever, whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever, wherever, whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
Ready?
Yep.
And we are back, guys. Welcome back to Island Girl Talk. We are your hosts. I'm Krystal Khayne.
I'm eating a banana bread made by Neicy.
Trinidad,
Shawna could put me in house oil. Shawna could put me.
And of course we have
Neicy.
Of course. And then you guys already know who we have in the house. We have Dania Danton, Miss Canupia and Miss World TNT Delegate 2022 in the house. We just interviewed her. She's our Island Girl Spotlight for today. And of course now we're going to get a little spicy, a little dicey with some weird
With class.
sip
With
and
class.
spill
Yes. With class.
Right?
With class.
With class, of course.
Yes, we have a delegate,
Right,
so you know we keep it class high.
So guys, what time is it? It's time for Sip and Spill. Get the camera on Dania toasting with us, please. Yes. Cheers. Yes, where we sip and we spill. What we spilling? Wine.
I feel like I was late with the.
It's fine. All right. Shawna,
Let me thing started.
Start the
I'm
thing.
kicking it off one time.
All right.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've done while you were drunk?
Oh gosh, I thought we was going easy.
I know. I was not going to say. I thought we were going very easy here. Okay, most embarrassing thing that I've done while I was. I can't even remember the last time that I got drunk, to be honest. But last time I was drunk was probably when I was 18.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
it's been a long time.
So then maybe what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Period.
Well, I am a klutz, so I'm always falling everywhere and dropping everything.
Yes. Tall people problems.
I'm always falling everywhere and dropping everything.
Any fall in particular that was especially embarrassing?
Actually, there was a childhood fall that I will remember for the rest of my life because my family never lets me live it down. And they always say, Dania, she's clumsy. She would fall on the white line on the ground. And that's exactly what happened. I tripped in the middle of the road on a white line. They paint the white line and I tripped.
It's your subconscious. It's your subconscious playing those tricks on you. Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, here's what we are going so easy on Dania today because we understand the rules and regulations of being a part of any pageant competition. All right, so we're just gonna ask some fun, weird, quirky questions.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I want you to do your best Michael Jackson impersonation.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Let's see it.
Ooh. Huh. I don't even have like a Michael Jackson voice.
Yeah, come.
Hey. We'll take that.
Shimon. Right? All right.
I want to ask the most important question when it comes to food.
Ooh.
Pineapples on pizza or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Pineapples on everything.
Okay. Anybody say pineapple don't belong on pizza? Listen.
I know. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
All right.
Almost 5'9".
Okay. Wow. All right, let's ask slightly steamy. Would you return to someone who has been unfaithful to you?
No.
Yeah? Care to divulge? Why?
I would not. My trust is very hard to... It's not hard to gain, but once it's broken, it doesn't come back. I can forgive, I can move on.
Yeah.
But I would never trust the same way that I did before.
Okay.
And there's no purpose in me being in a relationship that.
I hear that. Guys in the chat room, remember you can ask your questions, call in to ask your questions, or ask it right there in the chat room. If you have one for Dania, we'd be happy to have her answer it. Remember to like and share the stream, right? Like it, copy and paste it to your social media. Call us at 466-4-O-U-R. You know, it's 466-4687. All right? Do all your work. Right?
I have one.
Yes.
Have you ever said I love you to someone and did not mean it?
No.
Is it one?
No, I have not.
All right.
Have you, since you said you have fell a lot, have you ever broken any bones?
Yes, I have. I have broken both my legs and my arm.
What kind of fall we falling?
What did you?
Were you in heels?
No, this is all childhood.
in
'Cause I
heels?
was very, as a child, I was very tomboy and very girly girl. So I was both. Like I loved playing with the boys, but I also loved playing with my dolls.
Right. Okay.
And I was always looking for the most adrenaline rushing thing to do. So I broke my leg rollerblading down a hill.
Oh yes, I know that one. I sprained my ankle. I didn't break my leg, but yeah.
I did it twice actually. I broke my leg on one, and the second one I dislocated my knee.
Oh gosh.
Ouch. Down a hill, you said, you know.
Yeah, down a very steep hill.
That's
the adrenaline. And then I broke my arm going up a slide in Virginia. And as soon as I reached the top of the slide, I looked down and I just went tumbling over. That's why your parents tell you do not go up the slide.
Oh my god.
Go down the slide.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. Have you ever urinated in a pool?
No.
You sure?
Maybe when I was like 3.
Okay, what about the beach? Don't tell any
You
friends.
know, they say the salt water just clean itself.
I have not.
I have a joke about that. You know, it's not me. I disclaimer, it's not me. But some pools, like they have a thing where they put in the water that if you urinate around, you will change color because it's mixing with the chemical.
Yeah, like
so you're looking at it and see patches of
embarrassing.
Ridiculous. I've got
Since
one.
I saw that, I stopped.
Yes.
Pools.
I just don't because it's wrong. All right, so I've got one. Do people ever form the wrong idea about you?
Yes.
Wrong impressions and that kind of thing? Tell us about it.
All the time. Well, I mean, everyone in Trinidad knows that red girl have a stigma. There's the red girl stigma. But a lot of times people do say that when they look at me, they think I look unapproachable.
Yes.
And I get a lot of comments when people meet me and they speak to me and they're like, oh my gosh, I would have never thought.
Yeah.
Because they assume because you're pretty or you're gorgeous and you have a presence that you are magically just not approachable. You don't like nobody and you don't want nobody speaking to you. But it's always a different reaction when they actually get to talk to me and they get to know me. They're like, you're so different than I thought you would have been. I'm like, what did you think I would have been?
Right. Yeah. But has there ever been a situation where they thought you were specifically something? Like have they ever said that?
Like a big misconception.
Or I heard that you were this, or I thought that you used to do that, or something specific.
Yeah, for sure. I've had people before tell me that they heard rumors about this and I'm like, huh? I didn't even know what they were talking about or I didn't even know who they were talking about.
I would like to know who are these people that create these rumors to the point where it gets around. Like, how do you guys do it? Tell me, rumor spreaders, how do you guys do it? Do you go from person to person and spread the rumor, or you tell select people who you know run their mouths? Like, how do you do it? Because
that's probably what they do.
The ridiculous rumors that spread around about any given person, because it seems like a lot of people experience the same.
Yeah.
Who are the people that spread these rumors?
A common one with females and you find all the time is they always say you sleep with someone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
we are getting Okay.
No.
I hope our tech guy was briefed about this. Let me put it on the
Go
roadcast.
Go through.
Go through, tech guy. Go through, Davy.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Hi, Queen.
Hi.
She have a steamy question ready. Yourself.
Oh my God, that was ready.
No steamy question.
For real. Are you guys hearing Katie? Let me raise my volume a little bit. You guys hearing, huh?
Here is everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes.
Hearing you. Go
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, Katie, give it to us.
So I have two questions. Do you want the weird, quirky one, or do you want the KTC type of question?
You're getting choices.
Give me both. Give me the second one first.
The KTC
Second
one.
one.
Oh my gosh. She's a daredevil, Katie.
Let's start with that one.
No, it's the thinking deep one, I think. What's been keeping you sane lately?
What's been keeping me sane?
She comes with the deep
Oh my
questions.
gosh, I love that question and thank you for asking. I think that music, I think it's important to find yourself something in this reality that grounds yourself to this, that grounds yourself to life, whether it be exercise or music or writing or spending time with your family or the beach, anything at all that you think grounds you and makes you feel at peace and connected with the earth. And that for me is music. So sometimes if I'm feeling stressed out, I would sit and write. Or I didn't even realize how much I missed the studio. I had a studio session for my soca, and while I was there, I felt so free. I felt so connected with the earth again.
Feels good.
And that's basically what I do. Sometimes I escape to the beach. And yeah, that's what keeps me sane.
Nice. Well handled. What else you got, Katie?
I think this question is the most important one here. How do you handle toilet paper? Over or under?
How do I handle toilet paper? She said over.
The toilet paper roll. Some people are like over or under. Yes, girl.
Over, yes.
Yes.
Over, yes.
I do it over.
Listen, this brings us to the end of Island Girl.
Yes, babe. All right, over. Shawna, choose over.
I don't think it matters to me.
I'm
to be
under.
honest.
I'm under.
But I mean, I'm accustomed to seeing it over because in like if you go to hotels and stuff, it's usually over.
They don't know nothing.
And they fold the end.
And it's folded.
They don't know what they don't know.
If I go in the toilet and I see next way, it literally doesn't bother me.
I need it to be over. As someone with mild OCD.
I will turn your toilet paper around if I come in your house and it's
Yeah, I'll be fixing
Wait,
things.
what you said, Katie? Run that again?
She said she
I
would
said
take
I
it
will
around.
legit change the toilet paper if I come to your house and it's
Well,
yeah, I can't. Like
you come over by me. I'm purposely going to change the toilet paper and put it the wrong way.
This OCD is serious. serious case of OCD.
So I just have to call in. I got a minute to call in, but all the best to you, Miss Kinopia. You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
And of course, all the love to you, queens.
Yes,
Same
thank
to
you,
you,
darling.
Katie, as usual.
Let me take a moment to just touch on the 4 chats that we have here, messages. We have Dion Carrington saying, I'll message you all on IG about the book. He's going to send us his book. Jamal Dow, is he new? He has to be new. He says, Dania, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then we have Sheila saying, very relatable message from the guest. Such great perspective and energy. Go get that title, girl.
Yeah. She joined the fan club. She joined the fan club.
And then Dion again is back saying Dania has a gorgeous voice and has a bright future ahead of her. It was lovely hearing more of your story. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it for the chat room so far.
I have a question.
Yes, hit us, Shawns.
Were there any habits or any strange ways or anything that you had to tame or change a little bit for the pageant?
Interesting.
Those falls for sure.
Those falls, yeah. I have to be more aware of myself and my surroundings, definitely. I can't just be tripping everywhere anymore. And there are little things, like the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you, a lot of times as Trinidadians, we tend to speak in dialect, our Trini dialect as our majority of the time. However, now I speak a bit more proper majority of the time. I do still speak Trini dialect. But
we all do. It's where we're from, but we have to know when to code switch. And when to time and place.
Right.
But I would say it's all changes for the better. It's all positive changes, nothing negative or nothing trying to change who I am as a person.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
I want to ask a question. It's a little personal. Because we learned about you on the professional side.
Yes.
So when it comes to the personal side, do you have plans for like marriage and a family?
Honestly, and this is 100% honest, I do not.
Okay.
I generally don't really sit and dream about it, to be honest. it's something to me that when I get to that place, if it happens, it happens. And that's kind of like how I go through life as well. Like I trust life. I trust that if I'm supposed to meet the person that I fall in love with and have that entire, it will happen eventually. But it's not something that I fixate myself on.
Great answer. It doesn't shape how you do things in life. It's not like if it happened, yes, girl, like this nice. I like the language. I like it a lot. I have a kind of steamy one.
Okay.
We had a touch of that. It's not too steamy, but
the views of Chris is not the views.
You're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It kind of tame. Would you date a overly hairy man?
Oh my gosh.
We had to.
Chris already signed up with your sap squash. Listen,
it ain't called
I am
spilled for nothing.
No hair.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Chest hair.
You would. I love a hairy man. I was telling them that the last time.
But I mean, if you,
I don't
see it happening.
You can see the hair.
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay.
Right. I would shave, but I don't want the man to shave. Like something about that whole rugged kind of.
Here this goes.
And let's stop there.
Like, hair equals sweat.
Let's stop
sweat
there.
Equals sand.
You overthinking it too much. Right?
Well, you keep your hair, man.
Who's next?
I have one. Have you ever, a little steamy, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a friend with some rights?
With some rights?
Some bragging rights.
To clean this up.
Yeah,
you mean friends with benefits?
No, rights. Friends with rights.
Friends with benefits.
No, I have not.
No rights?
Oh my God.
No friends with rights.
Okay, one more round before we end Sip and Spill. We can't go too hard on Dania for obvious reasons. So who's next?
I want to ask a simple one.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Yes,
she looks happy. Very happy.
Aww.
Like everyone else in life, you have your moments. You have your times when you're down. You have your anxious episodes. You have all of these things because you're dealing with life and you're dealing with 1,000,001 things at the same time.
Yeah.
But generally, overall, I'm happy because happy comes from within. Happiness comes from you understanding your place and understanding who you are in this big, crazy world.
Okay. I hope you have a big one, huh? So end big.
Go
I'm going to
big.
ask. Have you ever had to deal with prejudice?
The red girl prejudice.
I would say yes. I would say yes, definitely. And not just with prejudice as a regular, but prejudice as a woman on the whole.
Okay.
That definitely yes.
Yes. Care to divulge or you'll leave it there?
Well, it's definitely workplace prejudice.
I see.
Being a woman in the work environment. Yeah.
I see. We leave it there. Sean's make it count. Last question.
The pressure is on.
Yeah, the pressure is on. I don't have any that can make it count. But
I could find one, you know.
Yeah, you find one. Because I had one, but it wasn't so steamy. You know?
Like we had to make this last one count.
You put that pressure on yourself.
All right. Have you ever had feelings for a friend and suppressed it?
Yes.
Yes? Ooh. Get to divulge.
Give us a little story.
I think sometimes in life you can have feelings for someone but know they're not really good for you or know that they don't really fit into your plan and what you plan to do with your life. And that's basically why, I'm at a place in my life where I'm focused. I'm really focused on what I'm doing and my impact on the world and my legacy. So I'm not at a place where I'm ready to
give into those feelings.
That's
those
really,
unnecessary
really
feelings.
Yes, I. And there
Well
you
said.
have it. That's the day.
She handled that question.
She handled it well.
Of course she handled it well.
This was the prep for the question segment on the night.
Yes.
You testing.
Okay, so you see when you finish with the pageant and you're doing all your stuff and you spend the year reigning as queen when you win, we putting it out there for her.
Yes.
And you are back in Trinidad for any reason and you come back, right? We going harder, and spilling your tea.
And only steamy questions.
Right, not only, but some.
We'll add a few in there.
Right, we're gonna end Sip and Spill now, but before we go, please remember to enjoy the crisp refreshment of Caribbean Hard Cider, an all-natural gluten-free blend crafted with champagne yeast. Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider is available in original, pineapple, and rosé. Whenever, wherever, celebrate with Caribbean. And
drink responsibly. All right, guys, it's a wrap for Sip and Spill, sponsored to you by Carrie Bay Tropical Hard Cider. We are going to be right back after these messages. We want to thank the lovely Dania Dunton for spending some time with us. Thank you so much for passing through, and feel free to come back again anytime, especially when you're releasing our new music. Right?
Yeah, she knew Power Soca.
Right, guys. So, guys, keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Now we celebrate. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever. Celebrate. Wherever. Celebrate. Whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever. Celebrate. Wherever. Celebrate. Whenever. Celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate. Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
Got you singing like sweet one. Got you singing like sweet one. That when a man was practice, that's why it's not lasting. I'll give you my last things. Half the man I'm just acting. Designer from Saks Fifth. Anything you want, you can have this. I'll give you no tactics. Girl, you know you're the baddest. Got me singing like sweet one. Man bow to allegiance. Yeah, everything fit done. Talk about man, you don't need one. How I know you're a sweet one. Fendi purses from Neiman. Random trips get to Sweden. Time they notice we'll be gone. Be gone. When she come in, she still the party. That girl remind me of Somali. Trust me, I don't see no one bother. She busy body like Joanna. She yellow skin tone like a Julie. Popping call inside like a guava. Trust me, she don't deal with informer. I have no dust, soul your corner. Like she done this for days. Man, them around say she stuck in her face. Now fear's gone, still in her ways. You should see the way that she rockin' the waist. When I come to my place, come to the yard. Could be here, but girl, I do go abroad. Man, try take and I just laugh. Had to separate myself, just move a car. When a man was practice, that's why it's not lasting. I'll give you my last things. Half the man, I'm just acting. Designer from Saks Fifth. Anything you want, you can have this. I'll give you no tactics. Girl, you know you're the baddest. Got me singing like sweet one.
And we are back, guys, with more Island Girl talk. Of course, we are your hosts. I'm Krystal, Khayne,
Trinidad, Shawna,
and we still have the lovely Dania Dunton in the house.
Yep.
We thought she was gonna go, guys, but she decided to stay with us. You see,
she loving the vibes.
She loving
the vibes.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, she's having a good time. So why not? But you know what? We were gonna introduce her song, but since she decided to stay in line with us, we are gonna allow the lovely Dania to introduce her as yet unreleased song. So, guys, another Island Girl Spotlight exclusive.
You know how we do over here.
Exclusive. Dania, take it away and introduce your song, darling.
Hey guys, this is Dania, and this is my unreleased song, Patience. Hope you guys love it.
Woo, woo.
Ready, what?
Baby, don't panic. I'm not going anywhere in a hurry. This here is magic. You're a slow boy. You say that.
Pull up, selector.
Wildest boy. Push.
Baby, don't panic. going anywhere in a hurry. This here is magic. Don't rush, take it slow, boy. You say that you want me. Wanna be by my side through the lows and highs. Let's be honest. Is it really me that live on your mind? Cause I got a lot to give. But I need to know for sure that you ain't gon' waste my time. Boy, let me show you more. Cause I got a lot to give. And I need to know for sure that you ain't gon' waste my time. Boy, let me show you I need patience. I need patience. I need patience. I need patience. Yeah. Can't let this hit different. Never felt like this before. I could see the vision. See, I never let nobody get this far. Cause you rushing to love, falling traps, broken promises are out of time. We'll do it right, and in time you give me yours and I'll give you mine. Cause I got a lot to give. But I need to know for sure that you ain't gon' waste my time. Boy, let me show you more. Cause I got a lot to give. And I need to know for sure that you ain't gon' waste my time. Boy, let me show you I need patience. I need patience. I need patience. I need patience. I need patience.
Listen.
That was.
Listen.
That was.
Listen.
Let me get one more listen. That was.
Listen.
Hey, boy. Patience.
100% local.
By the very talented Dania
Yes.
Dunton. She pretty. She have beauty with a purpose and a cause. And she could sing your...
And she representing Canupia.
Here na man. Here na man. All you see, all you hear the smoothness of the
Yes,
voice.
yes.
My girl making baby making music. That is baby making music. Right? We 100% rated.
Loved it.
Yes,
Right?
I love it. And it's
Yes,
exclusive,
I.
you guys, available.
Yes.
Nowhere. Stay tuned.
Soon it will be everywhere. Soon it will be everywhere. With that, thank you for sharing your music, your as yet unreleased music with us.
Love
We
it.
appreciate it. And with that, we move on to the lovely Neicy to calm us. Actually, no. To tell us about what it is going on in the
Yeah,
country.
we had to see what trended before we get calm.
What is going on with me, boy?
So it's time for what, ladies?
Let's talk trends.
And we're keeping it quick.
Yes.
But we want to highlight some Trini artists doing big things on the international scale. So
We
stay tuned
heard.
because we're going through it very, very quickly. First up, Destra Garcia and Patrice Roberts was recently featured alongside the queen of rap herself on the Fine 9 remix alongside Skeg. Right?
Wow.
So initially,
Big things.
Nicki Minaj did the remix with Skeg out of Jamaica. Big tune. And then she just dropped a remix out of nowhere with 9 featured acts, which included Dancehall's Spice, Duffy
course.
Magnum, Pam Putte, and representing for the Red, White, and Black is Destra and Patrice Roberts.
Lovely.
Listen,
Yes.
it shocked the whole of Trini social media.
Yes.
Because it was out of nowhere and
No one knew.
no one knew.
Yes,
Right,
yes. We
moving
like
on.
that. Congratulations,
Yes.
Destra and Patrice Roberts.
Congratulations
Big,
to
big
our
moves.
soca queens. But we keeping the ball rolling with another soca artist producer. Well, I wouldn't even say like soca artist. He does a genre of music.
Okay.
Big up Precision Productions.
Right.
Who recently got credited on Ciara's
Yes.
and Summer Walker's new release.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Brand new release.
Congratulations,
Listen.
KC.
Yes.
Like the song came out because everybody was already surprised at the fact that Ciara have a single with Summer Walker. So that was shocking on one side, music video.
Right.
And
Why
everything.
was that even shocking? I don't even know why.
You know, because artists nowadays, they don't hype music like before. They would just drop it and shock you. Like before, they used to be like, okay, the single is coming. They don't do it like that before, right? But to know that Casey is doing big things on the international scale.
Very hard. He deserves it.
And he recently moved to Los Angeles for the same move.
Recently?
You know?
He's been out there a while now.
Right, okay.
He's been living out there quite some time.
I know he was
been
back and
grinding.
forth with Trinidad, but I think he's
still is
stationed
back
there
and
heavily
forth,
now, and your hard work is paying off.
Yes.
And from Los Angeles, we go to the UK, where Trini Boy Juicy, another Trinidadian who's Trini born but based in the UK, well known for really, really popular soca songs. One of his popular songs, Bottle in My Head, which was released 2 pandemics ago because we didn't have Carnival in a while. And he auditioned for The Voice UK and successfully made it to the through the blind auditions where they have to like, you know, people singing, and then if they like it, it's
turn around on their chairs.
Right. So he got through. He got
full on soca, you know,
with soca, because normally when you go through,
like, what is
they
this?
would sing covers, or they would, you know, to show the vocal ability. I was like, wait, that's Pan?
Original.
Yeah. I was like, I know the song.
soca.
I know the song.
Yeah.
You know, and he made it through, so we will be rooting for him.
Yes.
You know, this remind me of some years ago when Ola Tunji made it to X Factor.
Yes.
So it's nice
Ola
to
was
see
doing original music too.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
At the start.
At the start,
further
and then he
on,
had it
they did their own
covers
productions
and
and
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
But it's nice to see our Trinis waving the red, white, and black flag on international soil, in international spaces and places. And that's all for Let's Start Trend. So once again, big up Destra, Patrice, Trini Boy Juicy, and our very own Precision Productions.
Yes, So one more quick Caribbean break, and then we're going to wrap it up with the lovely Neicy once more.
I'm here to stay, guys.
Yeah.
Now we celebrate. Celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever we celebrate, wherever we celebrate, whenever celebrate with Caribbean. Whenever we celebrate, wherever we celebrate, whenever celebrate with Caribbean. Now we celebrate, celebrate with Caribbean.
Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. Drink responsibly.
Yeah, we really do need pictures. Forgot about that.
And we're doing our empowerment minutes a little different this week, because we're not bringing it through the middle of the week, but at the end of the week to bless you into next week.
Yes.
And we'll be back next week. But with that said, it's time for what, ladies?
The Empowerment Minute.
And today's quote is a reflection of our topic of the day, where it speaks about true forgiveness, right?
Really?
And I wanted to kind of just, because a lot of times when we go through stuff that is traumatic, it always have other people involved in one form or the other, you know? So I think like a form of healing sometimes is forgiveness, and not just with other people, but sometimes yourself as well, because we beat up on ourselves. So simple quote, true forgiveness is when you can say thank you for that experience. You know, not all the time it's easy, because experiences differ, and not everything you could. Sometimes you still you might go through your whole life trying to figure out how is this beneficial to me, how. But when you reach that point where you can pull something positive out of it, or you could probably give somebody else who's coping with the same situation comfort or a word of advice based on your experience with it. These are some of the positive factors that you can use, and you know, you mightn't be able to offer that comfort if you didn't have, you know, some experience. So it depends on how you choose to look at the situation. So sometimes true forgiveness is when you could look at an experience and say thank you.
Kind of like saying too, I'm gonna persevere despite you as well. Yeah.
And a lot of times I know people find strength in other persons for sharing their stories, like we would have done today. And also if they are going through something similar, they could, you know, they mightn't have their own strength, but they could lean on yours.
Yes.
You know? So,
Indeed.
And with that,
it's a wrap, right? We have one more comment in the chat room from Nelly Katoy. Nelly Katoy is in the house. Big up you.
The queen.
Yes,
Queen of
I.
Zest.
And she says she's so pleasant. Good luck. Wishing
Yes.
Dania, of course, good luck in the pageants and that kind of thing. All right, guys, we want to say thank you so much. Thank you for hanging with us as usual with us on Island Girl Talk. Those of you who participated in the conversation, thank you so much. Our ride or dies, our day ones.
Yeah.
Right, we want to thank the lovely Dania for also passing through. Right, it was lovely hearing about your journey, honey, and we wish you all the best in the future. All right, guys, not to mention, don't forget next week, join us Wednesday. We know today is Friday, but you know the storm kind of put us out.
Yeah.
We're gonna be right back here on Wednesday from 12 to 2:30 p.m. with another fantastic guest and more Island Girl Talk for you, so don't miss it. Keep it locked, right? Thank you so much. Island Girl Talk, where women are free to simply be unapologetically. Keep it classy.
Later, guys.
You wanna leave me open. You wanna leave me so tied down now. You're not my one and only. Try not to let your heart get in the way. And we're just like night and day. And often I wanna stray. The reason I wanna stay is something I can't explain. Fine. You the best, you the best, you the best, can't control me. Yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you know. I'm sweet and loco, 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 loco. Play with my mind and I go loco, 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 loco. Take time, just take it easy, easy. You know, I'm sweet and loco.